All right, who's ready? Who's ready for it? You, Fester? You ready for it, buddy? What about Roxanne? What about Froggy? You guys ready for it? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
It is better this time around than the other time around. So, you know, hey, Froggy, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You have no idea.
Not only do I not know what you're talking about, I know that I'm not ready for it.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, I think Roxanne might know what it is. Folks, welcome. MJ Morning Show, Q105. Friday weekend is in sight. Roxanne, you want to edge up mocate these clods?
Yes. All right, boys, let me tell you what's going to happen this weekend. The clocks are turning back. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. We get an extra hour of sleep.
Okay, for 1 hour, I don't care that it's going to be dark at 5 o'clock.
No. Hold on.
This is the best thing ever.
Like I said, it's good for us this time around, not as much the next time around, but it depends how you look at it.
This is the dumbest thing ever.
Well, you know, there's a Florida legislator that has introduced a bill, or a member of Congress who, you know, is a Florida representative, who has introduced a bill to try to change all this. And, of course, folks, we're talking about the big debate, you know, daylight savings time, or, correction, daylight saving time. Look, I added the extra S for savings. All right, so remember that? Was there a mattress commercial? Yeah, it was like something mattress and leave the last S. It was like 1-800-mattress, leave the last S off for savings.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, mattress is MATTRESS. That's 8. And, of course, it's 7 numbers for a phone number. So it's 1-800-mattress. Leave the last S off for savings. And, you know, with a regular phone, and this is like a stupid fact, but with a regular phone, you could add an extra number and you'd be fine. You know where I'm going with this? With a regular landline phone, like this right here.
Right.
So, with a regular landline phone, you could dial an extra digit and it worked just fine, like the last digit. If you had an extra, it went through based on the 7 digits, even after the area code. However, with the advent of cell phones, if you add an extra number, it screws the whole damn thing up. You ever realize that? You ever figure that out?
Yes.
Yeah. So it screws the whole damn thing up. All right. So back over to the whole clock thing is in the spring, we go ahead, so spring forward, and that's where we get the extra hour of daylight. And, of course, that varies as we get towards the summer solstice in June. The daylight just naturally gets longer because of the summer solstice. And, of course, here in the fall, we fall back. Now, when I say it's good for us, this is based completely on sleep, that when you fall back and you get the extra hour, when you're doing a morning show and you don't get a lot of sleep anyway, when you fall back in the fall, it feels better. And career-wise, I've always liked the fallback versus the spring forward, because then you lose the hour.
Yeah.
And you know, we tend to feel that. At least I do in my profession, my chosen, early morning radio profession. So that's why I said, hey, it's better for us this time around because we get the extra hour. In the spring, we lose the hour. But, a lot of folks want us to stay on daylight saving time year round So we have that extra hour or the elongated day with additional light.
Our kids don't want to go to sleep in the summertime because the sun's out till almost 9 o'clock. So it's hard to keep them on their early bedtime. So that I prefer it for the kids' bedtime reason and for work, like you just said.
Now, what about the law? What about the introduction of a bill in Congress by a Florida congressman? That happened like a year ago. Hold on. I'll dig that up here in a second. But I thought of something on the way in, and this might be politically incorrect. But the statement is, this weekend, Sunday morning at 2 a.m., the clocks go back. However, I probably shouldn't say this. If English is not your first language, and with some ethnicities and the way that there's a problem with pronouncing L's and L's become R's, there might be some confusion, especially with Fester's footwear. So,
Yes.
do you have any idea what I'm saying? Instead of the clocks go back,
The Crocs go back?
So is it like a
gonna
return them?
Gonna return the Crocs to the store. Yeah, I don't like the color of the Crocs. I told you I probably shouldn't say this.
I mean, some things we should just keep to ourselves. I mean, I have a lot of dumb jokes I just don't even say. Just because people would judge me.
That sounded really funny in my. Actually, it still sounds pretty funny. But
Yeah, you're a riot over there.
You know what? No, they don't fit. I really don't like the color. Yes, the Crocs go back.
All right, coming to the stage next is a hysterical linguist. Let's give it up for him. You're going to love him. You might have heard him on the radio. You might have seen him on the Schnitt Show.
Hey.
Here he is, coming straight from Tampa, MJ!
Hold on a minute. Are you wearing your stupid Crocs this morning?
I am not.
Whoa, wait
I'm
a minute.
not.
You're not wearing your Crocs?
I'm wearing my stupid neon sneakers.
Wait a minute. So my joke doesn't even work today.
No.
Because I was going to have you hold your Crocs up to the
Sorry.
camera.
See, I thought that joke was funny if you just omit the L altogether.
Yeah.
See,
What?
that was the joke. That's the joke.
What? You take the L out? You
I
take
thought
the...
that's where
like-
you're going.
Like you're returning roosters to the farm store.
Oh, so
Yes,
Roxanne,
exactly.
what happens when you take the L out of clocks?
what Fester just described.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
poultry joke. It's a yeah.
I mean,
farm
poultry
joke.
humor kills.
Rock out with your...
Crocs out.
Crocs.
Right.
Crocs.
It's summer.
Rock out with your Crocs out.
I rock out with my croc out all summer.
Oh, man, what the hell are we doing?
All right, so anyway, this whole thing with moving the clock back and forth, MJ, I continue to believe it is dumb. Let's just settle on one and go
Well,
with it.
listen, there are plenty of folks that agree. And again, we had a fairly well-known U.S. congressman here in Florida, here in Florida, who seriously introduced legislation to change it. All right, hold on a second. I don't want to get too late here. If you don't know about what was introduced to keep the clocks ahead, we'll explain you late next, plus a whole lot more. Froggy, are you even here today? What are you doing over there?
I'm right here.
No, what are you writing over there? What do you got going? Are
I'm
you
writing my life story.
Are you, hold on, hand this to me.
What?
Just hand me that sheet of paper.
Why?
Let me see this. Froggy hasn't said a word in 8 minutes. 36 21 32 1702s. What is that?
It's just my work stuff. Give
No,
me that.
what-
I'm
what-
very busy.
What is it? 213 21702.
That's called a quotation number. I don't know if you ever heard of one of those.
No, we haven't actually.
So wait a minute. You're sitting here the first minutes of the show and you're writing up orders for your shelving?
I'm very swamped.
I wonder why you didn't say a damn thing. All
I'm
right.
enjoying your banter, though.
All right. 608 at the MJ Morning Show.
Maybe that croc joke's
it's an
lame.
on.
That was big stuff right there. 608, let's grab traffic with Pat, and the MJ Morning Show's back in a second. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 621 here on a Friday. So just wrapping up on the whole clock thing, and we'll remind folks again. Remind me to remind folks later. Would you please, someone make a note? Please make a note of it. To remind me to also remind folks again a couple of times during the show that clocks do go back, because I know people really rely on that crap from us here on the MJ Morning Show. No, but this weekend, it's Saturday night into Sunday morning. So, I mean, it's really Sunday morning, 2 a.m., but if it helps you get an image, it's late Saturday night into Sunday morning at 2 a.m., the clocks go back, and I love looking at my cell phone. And it automatically changes. It does it on its own. So when your clock would go to 2 a.m. normally, it will automatically go back to 1 a.m. So you'll get an hour back. We get an extra hour sleep, blah, blah, blah. All right. So what is this whole law that I was talking about that a Florida congressman was pushing to get the law changed, and it's the Sunshine Protection Act. And, folks know Vern. What are you doing, Vern? Hey, Vern. What was that from? Hey, Vern.
Ernest.
Oh, that was
Ernest goes to camp.
Oh, Ernest goes to school.
Ernest goes to the Army, I think.
Ernest gets fired from the funeral home.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was actually a really disgusting case.
Oh, well, Ernest was a pervert, man.
Yeah.
That was nasty what he did with those. Anyway, so I don't think there ever was an Ernest goes to the funeral. Ernest gets fired from the funeral. But you know what? I don't know if I've ever seen one of those movies. I remember when I was a kid, he did like commercials. Hey, Vern. Hey,
Yep.
That's how he became famous.
It was a whole character that he had brewed up.
Hey, Vern. So Vern Buchanan, here's the deal. This was introduced earlier this year, or late last year. Representative Vern Buchanan, who he represents like district, like Sarasota area, right? Sarasota, Venice, or whatever. Yeah, so Vern Buchanan, who is a U.S. House of Representatives member, he introduced the Sunshine Protection Act of 2023, and he said at the time, I think people in general would like to have more sunshine at the end of the day. We're in the Sunshine State. Well,
Vern is more Bradenton into Hillsborough.
Okay. Oh, is he really?
In the 16th Congressional District.
Yeah, see, he's not my district. So does he go, but he looks
He
like
goes-
a portion of Sarasota.
Yeah, he goes into Sarasota
Yeah,
County.
that's what I'm
but
saying.
He doesn't go as far down as Venice.
No, he doesn't go as far down as Venice. So it's some Sarasota County and then Manatee County. And he actually, look.
Riverview, Brandon.
Yeah, look, Vern actually goes into Riverview and part of Brandon. Look at that.
He's as much Hillsborough County as anything else.
And Manatee and part of Sarasota County for Vern. So Vern introduced this legislation, which I don't know if it's going anywhere. The bill proposes that. Oh, so wait a minute. Hold on. He introduced. Wait a minute. What do you mean it passed years ago? He just introduced the Sunshine Protection Act of 2023. Yes, Roxanne, can you add some light? Get it?
If I'm, I get it.
Can you add some light to this?
Oh, boy, between that joke and the earlier one today, you got some zingers. Okay, so here's the deal. I feel like it's made it through 2 levels of legislation. I thought that it was on President Biden's desk. I thought that the Sunshine Protection Act had made it that far. I need to look into this.
All right, the Sunshine Protection Act has not made it to the U.S. House for discussion, but one retiree on the Suncoast says the permanent daylight saving time would benefit him. That's from Channel 8. So, wait a minute. What, it says it hasn't made it for a vote, I guess, in the U.S. House of Representatives.
I think a couple of people have proposed it. I don't think it's gone anywhere significant.
Yeah, so,
maybe there's more than one. I know there's the Sunshine Protection Act, which is pertinent to Florida.
So there might be ones that were introduced earlier that didn't go anywhere,
Yes.
and then Vern introduced it again late last year, and it was called the Sunshine Protection Act of 2023. Yes, Andrew, can you shed additional light on this?
The Sunshine Act of 2021 passed the Florida legislature.
Okay,
Gotcha.
but this...
And that's the one that was sitting in the Fed level waiting to be signed because they can't implement it.
And it never did.
Right.
So then what, Vern tried to get it, cranked up again?
He reignited it. I have to say something to Vern.
Yeah.
I think that his intentions are, good. He's trying to get more daylight. This is the Sunshine State. We can stay out later is what he's talking about. But if you do research on this, changing the clocks and switching to daylight saving time, that is bad for your body.
Bad
Yes.
body.
What? It's bad if you're a farmer.
No,
it's-
teenagers, but like kids.
yes.
I know I've read this, and I don't know if I have like all the facts, but I know that for kids and teenagers that it does affect sleep.
Yes, it does.
And when we make these shifts in the time, that if we stayed on just daylight saving time and we had the extra additional sunlight, so we would stay on the time that we go to in the spring when we spring forward, that would be year round. That's the proposal. But what happens is with the time shifting, I guess there's research that shows that teenagers get, hours of less sleep
Right, but
during a week.
I'm not just talking about it's bad for you when the change occurs. I'm talking about in general, it is worse for your body to be in the summer months, in the daylight saving time, because when we wake up in the morning for our circadian rhythms to be aligned,
Yes.
we need a dose of sunlight and then relax later in the hours. You know how? Simple thing. What do they tell us with our cell phones? Don't look at your cell phone X amount of time before you go to bed.
2 million years people have been on the planet. Humans have been on the planet.
Yeah, using cell phones.
Yes.
And that blue light, man, it's been screwing them up ever since.
Changing the clocks for 2 million years.
We have not been changing.
Oh, you mean humanity has survived without this?
Yes, so
we'll be fine.
Daylight saving time.
Turn back the sundial.
Yes.
That went into effect, I think, around, was it World War II?
It sounds like some mid-century thing. I got to look that up.
Yeah,
but
I think daylight saving time became like a federal law deal sometime like in the early 1940s. For whatever reason, it seems to me that it was like during World War II, and initially, wasn't it for farmers?
Farmers, so they get an extra hour of working in the fields so the sun would stay up later.
Yes.
Start 1918, March of 1918.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it was earlier than that.
Yeah.
So can you bring up the wiki on this?
When did daylight savings time start? It's an article, not a wiki, but
No, but there's also going to be a wiki
back-
on this thing as well. So scroll up. Let me read the story. No, I know what the
down.
headline is. Yeah, scroll, whatever. Daylight saving time has Americans in every state except Hawaii and Arizona moving their clocks back an hour on Sunday. At that point, time will automatically switch back to 1 a.m. The morning of blah, blah, blah. So why the time change? So where's the history on this
I'm
thing?
looking. We're looking at this fresh. It started in 1918. I don't think we need much more than that.
Well, I'm kind of fascinated.
They had clocks back then?
All right, where did daylight saving time come from? Close to the end of World War I.
That's one of the world wars.
One of the world wars.
50-50.
President Woodrow Wilson signed the Standard Time Act into law, putting daylight saving time into effect for the first time in the U.S. in March of 1918. According to the Library of Congress, the move was intended to save energy costs during World War I. I just had my world wars. I had my mustard gases mixed up, I guess. I had my trench warfares mixed up.
Archduke's pissed off about
All right,
it.
so there you have it. All right, 6:30 at the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, you know who gets really mad about this time change? Pat George.
Oh, really?
Oh, he hates it. He hates it.
He's a psycho.
Yeah, he's a nutcase.
Yeah.
No,
Normal
he's
stuff.
not.
That's just an excuse.
Him and his George Foreman grill trying to push those grilled cheeses on you every morning.
He was trying to tell me a George Foreman grill's a panini machine. And I was like, get out of here.
So, why does our traffic guy get all pissed off?
Pat and I see eye to eye on so many things, but time change, we are at odds. I'm like, ha, I'm getting my favorite time change, and then he puts it in my face and come March,
What do you mean?
Whoa.
What do you mean, ha ha?
Ew. Oh, you guys, man. Wow. Really odd crew here.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Odd crew.
All right, speaking of odd, man, I've got a really odd pile of early morons in the news. Hey, and I'm running on time, so I'm going to have good amount of time for morons in the news. I'm going to lightning round this stuff. Morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. 6:40 at the MJ Morning Show. Speaking of morons in the news, we'll get into this a little later on. Bad evening last night for that Sam Bankman-Fried, that SBF, convicted on every single count in the FTX cryptocurrency fraud deal. Yeah, so we'll get into that coming up in just a bit. Like I said, kind of an oddball pile of early morons in the news. And, well, this could be a little sensitive. It obviously finesse and, how I discuss some of the details here are going to make all the difference in the story. But we've got a perv. A perv was inside a Target. I don't know what it is with Target pervs. Do you remember wasn't it a Target store where
yes.
the guy was having relations with
stuffed animal?
A stuffed animal. Was that Florida? Was that
sounds about right?
I can't remember where it was, but the minute I said, "Hey, we have another perv at Target," I'm like, "Yeah, we got that dude that was having having his way with a stuffed animal. I mean, pants down. I mean, just crazy. Well, you ready for this? This is not Florida.
It was
This
Olaf. It was Olaf, and it was a Florida man. That's right.
Oh, was it local? You know what? I think it might have been St. Pete. Where was that? That's right. Olaf from is that Frozen?
Yes, the snowman character.
Right. So Olaf from the movie Frozen, they had some big plush stuffed animal toy at Target.
He has a carrot nose.
Yes.
And this,
Pinellas County.
it was.
Petersburg.
Yeah, that's right. It was St. Pete, and that made national news. This sicko psycho was, banging Olaf in a Target aisle. I mean, what?
So really,
What the?
it's a very attractive plushie.
What is wrong? It's very soft. I couldn't resist.
But Olaf's going to melt eventually.
No,
All that friction and heat.
Not the plushie. Not the plushie. You go all day.
Well, let's deal with another Target pervert here. This happened in Iowa. All right, how do I do this? How do I get this cleanly on the air? Because this is a family show. A dude busted at a Target store told the cops that he was not, rhymes with blaster baiting. All right.
Whatever that
What
means.
could that be?
All right.
Whatever it means, he was very good at it.
So he
almost a master.
Yeah, of course, Froggy, you don't get it?
Yeah.
So he told cops he was not doing this personal manipulation move with his actual thing, that he was doing the motion with rhymes with schmildo.
Okay, he was doing the motion. Wait.
Yeah, he was. I told you this
is like the worst kind of not like categories or
it's not Mad Libs.
Mad
It's,
Libs. Yeah.
All right, so this dude's at Target and he's personally manipulating himself.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
And then he told cops, "No, I'm not actually manipulating my real appendage. I'm using a device. It's a fakey. Yeah, it's a fakey.
Yes.
What the hell?
Okay.
you know what we're playing? I couldn't think of it. We're playing Taboo right now.
Is that?
We're playing Taboo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that Taboo?
I've never played that.
You try to get someone to figure out what you're saying, but there's certain words you can't say.
Like the actual word that you're trying to get them to say.
Like if I want you to say ice, but then the list on the card says I can't say melt, cube, all the things that are coincide with that. So continue.
Deshaun Brown, 25 years old, was arrested for indecent exposure, according to the police report. Yep, Brown lives just a few blocks away from the Target in Iowa City, was caught on camera touching his clothed genitalia as well as his exposed, rhymes with tang.
What does that
So many
mean?
rhymes today.
What word would it be, Roxanne?
Bang.
No. Come on, Fester.
I mean, it's obviously a wang.
Wang. What do you?
I know.
Wang. Anyway,
Roxanne knows the wang.
I know.
why do you have to go to Target to do this? Why can't you do your stuff in your own
In privacy.
place? Yeah.
Well, I mean, Walmart, you almost come to expect
No, this
it.
is Target.
Right.
Oh,
Walmart,
okay.
you almost come to expect
Oh,
it.
so you're
they're-
saying more pervs you think are attracted to Walmart because it is kind of a click below Target,
Yeah.
and Target is a little upper scale.
Yes.
So you'd expect less wang exposure. But keep in mind, the Olaf guy that was doing Olaf in an aisle in a Target here in St. Petersburg, he chose Target. He didn't go to Walmart. Or how do you feel about like Dollar Tree or Family Dollar? Is that also an attraction point?
Dollar Tree's my favorite, but all the plushies are really small there because they're only $1.
You ready for a really, really Florida story?
Yes.
I'll give you the headline. Man strangled woman with pool noodle for running over his foot with her wheelchair. That sounds like it's a proportional response, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's also just all day Florida because the pool noodle. We have pools here. The elderly.
77-year-old man arrested over the weekend for beating a woman confined to a wheelchair. What the heck? Oh, I screwed up. No. It was Ohio man. I think it happened here in Florida, but the guy was from maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong on this. But who strangles a woman with a pool noodle for running over the foot with a wheelchair? I mean, this is sick. 70. Okay, it's Ohio.
It happened in Ohio,
Yeah.
but just the headline alone.
You know what?
I had to
Sounds like
guess.
Yeah,
Florida.
you know what? I thought for whatever reason I had it in my head.
I mean, Roxanne's right. Pool noodle,
Yeah.
elderly people.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
checks the
All right,
boxes.
so, hey, self-correction here. I screwed it up. I thought it was a Florida story. It's not. It's Ohio. But a 77-year-old dude arrested over the last weekend, beat a woman confined to a wheelchair, flung her out of the wheelchair onto the floor, kicked her repeatedly in the ribs, and then strangled her using a pool noodle. Carl Edward Chastang was taken into custody on Monday earlier this week, charged with one count of felonious assault, resulting in the victim being seriously harmed. Who the hell? This was an accidental foot rollover as this disabled woman was maneuvering her wheelchair.
I don't know.
If someone was trying to strangle me with a pool noodle, I would try to claw through the noodle and rip it apart or like bite it. Like it's not like a rope where
It seems so thick to strangle someone.
Yeah, a pool
Yeah.
noodle is the circumference of a pool noodle. That's significant.
right, but it seems like something you could work. I mean, I'd rather someone try to strangle me with a pool noodle
Yeah.
than
Then
other
rope.
things. Than a rope or
How about
yes.
piano wire?
I'll take pool
how about
noodle.
was it Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took out
Maury.
Maury the wig dude was taken out with Joe Pesci hit him with piano wire or
Yep.
something in the back seat. Hey, whoever's keeping track of my Goodfellas movie references,
There
there
you
you go.
go.
There's another one.
I think they were keeping track specifically of the heist. 1 million, 2 million, who knows?
No.
That's exactly what they were
All right,
keeping track.
quit mocking me, man.
It's not me. It's
Hey,
the people.
Quit mocking me. Anyway, what a nasty dude. I mean, and he didn't just settle on one thing. Threw her out of the wheelchair, kicked her in the ribs.
This is not a good person.
strangled her with a pool noodle. I mean, my God. I mean, how many more things are you gonna do to this woman? Anyway, according to the police report, the woman was hospitalized.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a mess.
This is actually a horrific story.
Authorities say the victim was in her wheelchair inside a home when she accidentally ran over this dude Chastang's foot. She reportedly said that Chastang became enraged, grabbed her wheelchair, flipped it over, flung her onto the floor, landed on the, and then, it culminates with getting strangled with a pool noodle. What a bizarre freaking story. I told you I got some nutty stuff here. Oh, you want to hear something awful? Man, there's a terrible story. So if you have a loved one that passes away and you opt for cremation, wouldn't you expect to get the actual cremains back? A funeral home in Colorado apparently did not give ashes back to family members. They gave them concrete powder.
Oh,
I tell you, it looked very similar.
Like Saccrete, Quickcrete. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Would you actually accidentally spill some water on mom and
Yeah.
it hardened up? How'd they figure it out?
Some families have sued this funeral home, the Return to Nature Funeral Home in Penrose, Ohio. They found out that their loved ones were returned as concrete dust. Are you kidding me? It is awful. Oh yeah, we got to return the ashes. Yeah, go get the bag of Quickcrete out of the tool shed. That's awful, man.
Probably
Yeah, so-
happens more often than we think.
I mean, who checks?
Right? How would you know?
How would you know? I mean, eventually you can figure it out, I guess, if you really got into it. But what do you do? You
It's
dump it off a
terrible.
boat?
That's awful. All right, 6:50 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When we get back, we begin the 7 o'clock hour, and among that, the hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ is coming up in just a bit. Stand by. Hey, I was just thinking how many times over the years I've actually seen this racket attempted. I think maybe half a dozen, maybe a little more. Welcome back, MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ and the crew, Froggy, Fester, Roxanne, and talking about the white van scam. All right, so when I say the white van scam, what comes to mind, Fester?
The white van scam.
Yeah, white van scam. The reason why I'm bringing this up is a warning went out to a bunch of Canadians. Are they this far behind the times up in Canada?
Wait, is somebody trying to sell speakers in a gas station parking lot?
Bingo. Absolutely.
Yeah, the white van.
This is out of Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. And listen, we got a ton of snowbirds. They start rolling down around now, right? The snowbirds from Canada?
Yeah, this is the month for them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, you should know it. You sell RVs. Do you end up selling RVs to a bunch of Canucks?
I have Canadians at my beach house. They just got here.
Whoa, what?
Every year.
Hold on, the family beach house at Reddington, you guys rent that out?
We ran out one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Fester met them last year.
Whoa. How many beach houses do you guys own?
It's like a duplex.
We have a duplex, and then we have another property.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So,
I always thought there was only one place where Fester was nude in the outdoor shower where you snapped a picture of his buttocks.
When we did that.
Or his lack of buttocks.
When we did that.
Right.
Or when we did the manatee video.
Yes.
The manatee, or not the manatee video.
Yeah, the manatee video.
Okay, why are you pronouncing manatee weirdly?
What, manatee?
Manatee.
No,
it is. I've never heard you say it like that.
You're putting the emphasis. You're emphasizing it's manatee.
Yeah, you're saying it like Tennessee, manatee.
Okay, maybe, but
Tennessee.
Yep.
Tennessee.
That's what
Tennessee.
you're
when
doing.
we did the manatee
Yeah,
video.
dude, stop saying it's
You know what?
it's a manatee. It's not a manatee.
It feels fun
My
and natural
God.
to say it that way. Anyway, when we did that video, I got to meet Froggy's Canadian
Renters?
tenants.
Yeah, very
and
nice
they
meeting.
were lovely.
Anyway.
They asked me if I want some
Syrup.
poutine.
Would you like some poutine and some? Would you like some maple syrup? All right. So the white van scam, and I saw this. I would typically pass that. I was like, yeah, should I? But then I said, you know what? I haven't seen this for a long time around here. I remember numerous gas stations. I'm filling up, and you'll see the white van in the parking lot, and someone will come up to you while you're filling up gas. And the last time this happened around here, it has to be, I don't know, 15 years ago. It's been a while. So listen to this. Are they this far behind? The Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada police have put out a public advisory telling people to watch out for the white van scam where people approach you in parking lots or other high traffic areas to pressure you into buying speakers. And it's a lot of times it's the whole racket, the whole gimmick, the whole pitch was, we had some extra deliveries and we've got some extra speakers, or somebody ordered these and they never took delivery and they were paid for, and hey, we can offer a really good price. Listen, they had all kinds of stories on why they have these speakers, and they would say, oh, these are high quality speakers, man, you're going to get a steal on these things. Anyway, these things were typically just imported garbage, like pressboard crap with the lowest quality speakers and wiring, lowest quality component, just absolute garbage. I'm talking like dreck, just awful stuff. And people would fall for this and buy speakers or whatever. I have not seen this forever around here, and I just got to chuckle. Police in Canada are warning people about the white van speaker scam. I'm like, are they that far behind? What is it? 1995 in Canada right now? What is going on? All right, and that got me thinking. Ask our listeners, because listen, we're speaking to a lot of people right now. When was the last time that you were approached in a parking lot for like speakers, or is there another racket going on? I know that I've seen the meat guys. You know, the guys with like the beat up pickup trucks, and they've got like grandma's box freezer. You know what I'm talking? The chest freezer.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've seen this.
I just had a restaurant delivery. We had some left over. This is a great opportunity for you to save on restaurant quality meat.
Some guy's driving around in just a beat-up pickup truck. It looks like it's been involved in a rollover crash on 60 out near Bartow. And the guy's driving around in a beat-up pickup truck. He's got grandma's white chest freezer like bolted to the back truck bed, and he's got steaks. Yeah, I want to buy steaks out of a guy driving around in a beat-up pickup truck with a freezer that's bolted down in the truck bed. So I've seen that racket, before. All right, folks, when was the last time you've been approached with the white van speaker scam or any other scam? What is there something new? Is there a new racket that people are trying to hit you up on in a supermarket parking lot, a Walmart, a gas station parking lot? So if you've seen a new racket, people trying to sell you crap, or if you've seen the speaker scam, give us a buzz quickly here. A couple of early phone calls. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So the last time you've been approached to buy, oh man, these are amazing, high fidelity, great sounding speakers. Yeah, overstock, or they shipped us too many. My boss has authorized me to, go out and sell these things at a ridiculously low price. So apparently this is happening up in Canada now, and I just remember it happening here like years ago.
I mean, at least the meat guy and the speaker guy, you get speakers. I've had people come up to me recently in gas stations looking for money to, I got to buy a tire. I have a flat tire over here.
Yeah, but that's just a panhandler. That's just a beggar.
Well, it's in the scam-a-lama ding-dong category.
Well, no, that's different. That's different than the white van scam, someone trying to sell you something. That's just a panhandler. All right, phones are ringing here. Andrew's screening. 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. So the speaker scam or any other racket where they're trying to sell you crap, what have you come across lately? Amy is in Tampa. Amy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. So what I've encountered is if you have like a dent or any kind of damage to your car, I get flagged down by people and they say that they have this special tool in their car, but they got to return it to the body shop tomorrow and they could pull the dent out of your car for like $150, $200.
Hi, Billy Mays for the Ding King.
Right?
Remember that?
The dinking was the best.
All right, so when did this last happen to you and where?
Probably, I want to say it was about 6 months ago. I got a new car 3 months ago, so it hasn't happened to me since because I don't have a dent in my fender. Like I had the full quarter panel damaged in my last car. I want to say like 6 months ago in Largo, actually. It happened to me. Oh, my God. I mean, it's happened to me 5 or 6 times at least.
Wow. And, Amy, where were you when it happened? Were you in a Publix parking lot, Walmart, Target? Where were you?
It was like a Publix strip mall kind of parking lot thing. I want to say I was leaving either Publix or like the Ross or something that was over there, and like they would start honking, like trying to stop me because I was leaving the parking lot.
And did you have an actual ding on your car?
Oh yeah, I had my car hit in a parking lot. I came out and my front quarter panel was completely caved in. So
and
I didn't have
did you take them up on the offer, or did you say no thanks?
I said, no, thanks, I'm good. And I just kept...
Were they aggressive at all? Were they trying to really push you? Or once you said no, did they back off, or did they not take no for an answer?
Oh, no, he's like, I could do it for $100. He's like, it'll be real quick. He's like, you won't have this damage anymore. And I'm like, you're like the 5th or 6th guy to tell me that. My mom and I fell for it the first time. Like, we did fall, and it didn't work.
Oh, wait a minute. Did they... Hold on. This is new.
You've been burned.
All right, so... You fell for it. So did you pay them for not fixing the car, or do you tell them to get lost?
No, we didn't. No, we wouldn't pay them. No, we didn't pay them. We told them to get lost. Like, but the first time they tried to do it, we were like, okay, fine. Let's see. Maybe they'll be able to get it out.
So what'd they do? Did they bring out like a suction cup and try to pull the dent out?
It was like a metal tool with a suction cup kind of thing at the end, and it was a weird. I was like, no. I was like, I'm not going to fall for this. I fell for it once.
Amy, thanks for the call. Have a great weekend. All right, quickly, I don't want to get too late here. Jody's in Polk City. Jody, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What racket or scam have you come across lately?
So I got $100 taken from me because I had this kid walk up to me, early 20s, nice smile. Excuse me, ma'am, do you have change for $100? And
Oh.
I was pumping gas. I'm like, no, I don't. And as he walked away, I was like, oh, I think I do. Hold on a second. So I dig in, the car. I get, 20s, hand to him. He hands me the $100 bill. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good day. He leaves. And I just put the money in my bag. So a couple days later, I went to go get it, and I opened it, and because he handed it to me folded, and it was fake. Like it wasn't even like a good counterfeit. It was absolutely a joke.
Oh man,
And
that sucks.
I have not even. Your guys, like the whole world, is the first person I just told because I felt so stupid.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. And this is the first time you're talking about this, huh?
Yeah, my
Wow.
husband doesn't even know.
Holy crap! You're telling the MJ Morning Show and all our listeners before your husband.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
over it now. So
Wow,
I
all
guess.
All right, Jody. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another racket. So I mean, there are all kinds of scam artists out there. But hey, no calls on the white van. Maybe the white van speaker scam deal is done.
They all headed north.
Yeah, they're all up in Canada now.
Yeah.
Who buys speakers that much?
I don't know.
anymore?
Listen.
Yeah, for home entertainment or something.
Well, that's another example of technology going kind of backward. People listen to the MP3s and the audio quality is nowhere near as good as a good CD or a good record, a vinyl. Our audio listening enjoyment has gotten worse with compressed audio. You want technology to make things better. Actually, we've regressed. All right, 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Among items, Roxanne's been bugging me for like weeks to talk about nicknames.
I'm excited for this.
All right. We've teased it. It just got pushed back, and not because it's bad. It's actually a good item. So, Roxanne, are you prepared to talk about the nickname theory?
Yes, but should we play some of the sound with it? I have to dig that up.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Also, the FTX thing, dude. That Sam Bankman-Fried, he is effed. He is screwed. All right, hold on. We got a lot of stuff. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you're Don't forget your Crocs go back this weekend. So if you're not happy, they don't fit well, don't like the color, you can take your Crocs back. No, I'm kidding. Clocks. Clocks go back late Saturday night. Technically, it's Sunday morning at 2 a.m. And if you're a total geek-tard like me, you'll look at your cell phone, and right when it goes to 2 a.m., it actually goes back to 1 a.m. So it goes 1:59, and then you expect it to go 2, but no, it goes back to 1:00. So, hey, check that out. I think I've done that like the last 3 years. I was up and I'm like, hey, Michelle, hey, look at this. Let's watch the cell phone go back automatically. All right, 7:26 of the MJ Morning Show. Here we go. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ right now. And there is a lot we're going to cover over the next hour. You know what? We always deliver more. You know, it's like it's under promise, over deliver. You know, you've heard of that whole theory and method. That's what we do here. So we tell you an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ, and you actually end up getting probably on average an hour and 25, hour and 26 minutes every single day about this. No one does this. No commercials, no music for the next hour and 20 plus minutes. Roxanne, explain, and we're going to get into the whole e-board thing. So just a couple of things that are coming up, and I can only cover a couple of things because it would take me 27 minutes to list everything that's coming up. But the whole e-board curfew thing shot down. We'll explain. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah.
It didn't move any further.
Yeah, there we go. That's better terminology there. So we'll get into that coming up, and then that whole Sam Bankman-Fried, the whole FTX crypto thing.
Oh, yeah, he's in big trouble.
Involving all the celebrities. Also, we ought to bring up that whole Taylor Swift. You know, people still believe that? The whole Taylor Swift FTX involvement. People still don't know the real story and the facts, and I keep hearing people telling the wrong story, just getting the story wrong.
Who do you travel with? And this is still a topic of conversation.
Well, because dude,
have you heard about Taylor Swift and this
Fester?
FTX
Because
stuff?
the trial's been going on, and the trial ended. The jury deliberated, took like 4 hours, and found Sam Bankman-Fried guilty on all counts. But big names like Tom Brady were associated. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Hang on. First, though, as advertised, Roxanne has been like every day, can we do it today? Can we do it today? Can we do it? It's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? It's like the kids in the back seat. Are we there yet? Are we there? So I like this story. It just got pushed back numerous times. And I finally said, man, I do like this story. Roxanne and the nicknames. All right. Splainulate to probably Fester and Froggy. I know where this is going. I don't think they do. And certainly for our listeners, Roxanne, you have the floor. You've been pushing this story for a while. And yes, I like it. I'm not like, I'm just going to give in because I do like the story. Nicknames, splainulate.
Okay, first of all, I'm like you in that I hate these TikTok videos that someone's just trying to say something outrageous to go viral, right? And so at first, when I saw this clip, I was like, this woman is just trying to get some notoriety on TikTok. But then I listened to it.
I don't have TikTok on my phone. I refuse to have TikTok. I don't use it because it's a Chinese spy operation. But you know what happens? A lot of the TikTok videos then get copied and are put on Instagram Reels.
Yes.
So I do use Instagram quite extensively. Oh, that's another thing. We got to talk about. I'm in a little bit of Instagram trouble.
Ooh. How'd you get in Instagram trouble?
Hang on. I'll explain in a minute. All right, back to the nicknames. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm trying to buy time a little bit because I just ran in there and told Andrew that we might have an audio piece to go with this. So maybe we will, maybe we won't. But this woman talks about how the nicknames you give guys is an indication of how serious the relationship is. And at first I was like, I don't know that. So I had to go back in time to when I was more in the dating world or my friends were, all single and dating different guys.
Right, hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. So I've asked you to splainulate.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a sample. So
Yes.
it's a splainulate and a sample. Give us a sample of the nickname and what this woman is pushing on this tick crap.
So there are different tiers of nicknames. So the sort
that
of
women give
yes,
a guy
that you're dating.
So you're
Okay.
dating a guy or you're going out with a guy, and the nicknames that a woman will give the guy determines what level of seriousness
Right.
they're at.
Right. So you might have some nicknames. I'm going to start with the middle level, where it's like you met the guy at Nordstrom. So it's like, oh, how's Nordstrom guy doing?
Well, like
Right?
some creepy guy with a foot fetish met
Yes,
you in the
exactly.
in the shoe section at
No.
Nord. Wow, those are some nice feet there.
Came up to you in the shoe section,
Yeah,
right?
Hey, you want to go out?
Yeah. So you're like,
Yes.
how's Nordstrom guy? Or,
I'd like
you
to
know,
have your feet as an hors d'oeuvre.
that's kind of a middle tier nickname where it's just tying the guy to where you met him, or maybe like a last name is you know, a nickname that you might give him. Okay, so then there's the tier above that, which is totally ripping on the guy. And the reason you do that is because it's not serious and you're just having fun dating him, and maybe your friends do it too to remind you, hey, you're better than that guy. So they'll give them like, okay, for example, this is kind of, is it too early to say this? I don't know. But there was a girl I knew, and the guy would send her, you know, pics, like pics, you know, nude pics. Okay.
Junk?
And yes.
You mean
yes.
like Rick pics?
His name's Rick?
No. Okay.
Oh,
so,
I get it.
Schmick pics?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Flick pics?
So in the
Stick pics?
you
Yeah,
got it.
stick
You got it.
pics.
Yep.
Stick pics, yes.
Right.
Maybe twig would be a little more appropriate for this.
And so his feet were always in the picture.
Oh.
And like in a
Gross.
way almost that you like, did he focus on the feet when he took the picture? Like, I didn't see.
No,
This
he
is
was-
just what I was told.
He was focusing on the stick.
So what was his nickname? Footy?
No, so like whenever I would talk to her and she would, you know, how's your date, you know, whatever, we're talking about guys, and I'm like, so how's fancy feet? So I would call him fancy
Oh,
feet.
fancy feet.
And then another thing I do, you kind of emasculate guys. You'll like I change their name into a woman's name. So, for example, if this is back in the day and maybe I'm friends with someone who's dating Fester, and then I'm like, okay, so, but, you know, obviously your name's Dominic. So I'd be like, how's Dominique doing? Like,
What the-
always.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So the nickname
Yes.
that a woman will apply now, is it the woman that's dating the guy?
Both.
But
It's
also friends and acquaintances of
yes.
the woman.
Amongst your close girlfriends.
So they'll give the guy nicknames.
Yes.
And that kind of determines how they feel about the guy that the
Totally.
woman is dating. So it's
so
like
true.
it's multifaceted. So it could be the friends apply a nickname,
Right.
which could be different than the woman who might have a nickname.
Right.
All right,
Exactly.
So now there are some examples.
But if you like call them by their government name, that means you're like in love.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you have nicknames to varying degrees, it shows that maybe this is just a fling. It's not
Right.
serious. There's not a long-term play here.
Right. And it's
And-
just like a way girls remind each other, like, hey, you're better than him. Like,
so
oh, how's.
what should guys take away? If a guy knows that he's being referred to as a nickname,
Well,
then-
he's not going to know his real nickname.
He never knows.
The
Fancy-
only.
fancy
what if
feet
what if
does
he
not
hears
know.
it? What if there's a slip?
He's not going to hear the fancy
All
feet.
right.
Fancy feet is not going to get out there.
For
But-
instance, I saw that there were some comments on a story that you sent me, and this woman named Amanda, apparently, the guy that she was flinging with, dating,
Mhm.
he was called Red Flag Carl.
yeah, exactly. How's Red Flag
That's-
Carl?
Red
That's
feet.
a little wordy.
Is that a nickname? A nickname is like Lefty.
That's like a warning light blinking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Red Flag Carl.
That's not a
right,
nickname.
wait a minute. This other Luella says that she calls her friend's date or fling or whoever she's seeing now Pickle Man. Now,
Sounds like a compliment.
He
I'll
has
go for-
green junk.
Listen, I'll take it.
he's got warty green junk.
Hopefully he
All
doesn't-
right, now hang on. Let's go to phone. While we continue talking, let's grab some phone calls here because this actually could be fun. So, women, ladies, would you like to enter into the nickname discussion? So, a nickname that you in the past have given a guy you've dated, or your friends have given. Oh, this is going to really jolt up and jar up some memories here. So, what nicknames have you given previous guys and why? And then, what nicknames have your friends used for maybe some of the guys that you've dated that maybe they've liked or maybe they've hated like poison? 800-990-1047. This could be very interesting. This could be very entertaining. So fire up the phones. Let's talk about nicknames, past, present. Hey, maybe there are some current deals right now. Maybe some women will call up and say, yeah, I'm dating a guy right now, and my friends call him blank. All right. Or maybe you've got a nickname. 800-990-1047. Look, the first call screened is a guy. Unless is that a male or a female, Andrew?
No, it's a male. He found out his nickname.
Oh, I see the rest of the screen now. All right. 800-990-1047. Let's go. I want to primarily hear from ladies, but no, the first call's good because the guy apparently found out what his nickname was. Where you guys just chastised me and poo-pooed me.
No. They're not supposed to.
Right.
They might find out if it's an innocuous name. Like if it's like, oh, Nordstrom guy, Fester's making a mean face. If it's Nordstrom guy, then it's like not a big deal if he finds out. And maybe he'll move up the ladder. Maybe he'll turn into his real government name.
Because the woman met him at Nordstrom, right. So the friends, oh, that's Nordstrom guy. Then they nickname him.
Yeah.
Right. So,
like I had a guy I knew, my friend dated, his last name was Bell. So I was like, how's Tinkerbell? Like, just mean girl catty stuff like that. To remind your friend, you're better than that. Like,
right. What about the guy you used to date? You called him like Stubby Nubby? What was that? What did that mean?
Yeah, but he was rich.
What are you talking about?
He was real rich. Stubby Nubby.
You told me this. You told me about Stubby Nubby.
No, you're just being your not so funny self right now.
Stubby Nubby.
I had a girlfriend that called me Micro Michael because of my,
yeah, really,
right.
my little one.
Let's stop. Let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Oh, there's one other. A dude's name was Atticus, and they call him Radicus.
Especially early in a relationship where you don't know much about the person, you just maybe know what they do.
Let me grab Ryan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good.
Oh, who's Ryan? You sound like you're 5 years old now. Good morning, Ryan.
Just dropped the kids off at school. We got the little guy in the car too. So sorry.
That's fine. That's cute. Daddy duties.
You guys in the morning.
How old is the little guy?
3.
Are you ditching him at daycare or what?
Nah, he goes to daycare Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
With him today.
Oh, I got it. Okay. All right, so Ryan's in Land O'Lakes. Ryan, you're a guy, obviously, and apparently you found out what your nickname was?
Yeah, I did. So Charlie, stop. I was seeing this individual, and her friend actually told me my nickname. We were at a bar, and her friend nicknamed me Tripod, and I had her elaborate on that.
Ew.
And she was talking about my, anatomy, I guess.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a humble brag if I've heard one.
All right, Ryan, thank you.
I was a little embarrassed, actually.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know, if it was, a sarcastic remark or not, or, a sarcastic nickname, but kind of embarrassed because, I think I offer more than just, that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got you.
Ryan.
So, wait a minute. The friend...
the friend told me.
The friend told you. So the girl you were dating nicknamed you Tripod, and then the friend told you that that's what she had nicknamed you.
Yeah.
If you have to wonder if you're worthy of the nickname Tripod, then you're not. Okay? You know what I mean, pal?
No, I mean,
no.
Hey, Ryan, I'm just going to call you Rypod.
Yeah.
All right? Right.
That works too,
All right.
Worst things to be called, I suppose. So
all right, Ryan. Thank you, buddy. Have a good one.
All right, y'all have a good one. See you.
All right. You think that's a real story? Or you just wanted to call himself Tripod? What do you think?
I don't know, but I got to say happy birthday to my guy, Luke. He's in the car for 2 more minutes.
Are you serious?
Boy.
Yes. So happy birthday, buddy. We call him Lukey.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Lukey.
That's his nickname.
And his favorite breakfast cereal is Lukey Charms, right?
Mm.
They're magically delicious.
They certainly are.
How old is Luke?
He is 9.
Well, happy
And
9th birthday, Luke.
Getting up there.
Good job squeezing in the kid's shout out after the Tripod call.
Luke.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, oh God.
Speaking of tripods, good morning, Max.
All right, back to phones, and we have women next. So again, phone up. Let us know what nicknames you've given guys you've dated. whether it's a positive nickname or it's a negative nickname or nicknames that your friends used for guys that you were dating. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. And what Roxanne has presented is that the nickname that a guy has, it sort of it radiates like the seriousness of the relationship.
Totally.
Yeah. Teresa's in Tampa. Teresa, you're on the MJ Morning Show following Tripod Ryan. Teresa, you're on the MJ.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, I have a great one. So my one of my best friends, I was dating a guy that had a Jaguar, and then we dated for a few weeks, and he started to turn out to be
You mean he had a Jaguar?
yeah, a Jaguar.
Yeah, thank you.
A car. And so anyways, he looks real good, but he had a few screws loose on the inside, so that's why they gave the nickname Jaguar.
Oh, well, hold on.
The car was a Jaguar, and so was a nickname.
Yes, exactly. And it turned out because he just had a Jaguar, but then as we dated a little bit longer, he had a few screws loose on the inside. So that, the joke is, Jaguars look good on the outside, but they always have a few issues on the inside.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, makes sense.
No. That's where
deep.
I
That's deep.
was
Yeah.
just about to ask for that delineation, and that's where I thought that Teresa was going with the Jaguar comment. Listen, I remember like growing up, Jaguars always had like what is the word I'm looking for? A history or thank you. That's the word. Thank you, Andrew. Reputation of having like electrical problems, but they pretty much solved that, I believe. Teresa, thanks for the call. Angeline is in Land O'Lakes. Angeline, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, Angelina. Go ahead.
I call my son's father a moped.
Okay. I know that.
Is this? Can I elaborate
I
on
want
this?
you to know, moped is a nickname thrown across both genders, by the way.
All right, can I ask her what,
Yeah.
I don't know what all right, so what does it mean if your baby daddy is a moped?
So it means that it's something that someone has that people don't want to know that you're riding on it. So it's like an embarrassment. So when I'm talking about him around my son, I refer to him as the moped.
All right, so what is it about your baby's daddy that you're embarrassed about now?
Well, he has 7 children, 4 baby mamas, one with his wife, and then she has stepkids. So they're like the Baskin Robbins. They got 7 kids in all different flavors.
All right, well, hold on now. Listen, you got yourself in this mess, too, so hold on. You're using the definition of moped wrong, by the way.
All right, well, hold on. Angela, don't hang up. Let me hear. Fester, what is the proper usage of the term moped?
A moped is a partner who's really, 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 really fun to ride, but you don't want anybody to see you on it.
Is that what she just said?
No, because she made it sound like it's an embarrassing thing, but she underemphasized how fun mopeds are to ride.
All right, so Angeline, the question is, how'd you get hooked up with this guy? What drew you? What caused you to have relations if now you think the guy's an embarrassment? What drew you?
Well, I was 19 years old when I met him, and he made me laugh. And unfortunately, when you're young and dumb and full of other things, then you just fall in love with him. So that's
Full of funny sayings.
Yeah, I was about to say full of jokes.
Yeah. So, Angeline, how old are you now?
I'm 35, and I'm married to a 25-year-old. So
Oh, good
I guess
for you.
I did something right in life.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're 35 and married to 25. All right, and he's more like a Hayabusa or what? He's not a moped. What is?
Oh, he's like a Ferrari, man. He came with no kids, no wife, a big old jacked up truck, and he makes a lot of money.
All righty, Angeline, thanks for the call. Julie is in Tampa. Julie, what can you share with us on one of your exes or current boyfriend nicknames?
So it's an ex-boyfriend.
Hey, Julie, you're very distant. Can you get a little louder for us?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, the hands-free stuff,
that better?
it doesn't work really on the radio, but yeah, it's much better.
That is 12,000% better. Go ahead.
Okay. So took him to meet the family, and my brother, who's 2 years older,
thought he was kind of feminine, that he had some feminine mannerisms. So the next time I talked to him on the phone after, that day, he said, "So how's Liberace?"
How's his candelabra?
That's a good nickname.
How's
That's good.
Liberace?
So then my parents adopted that too, and so every time I talk to him, I'd be like, how's Liberace? Yeah, how is Liberace doing?
Oh man,
my costume's poisoning me.
But listen, Julie, this is an example of where Liberace doesn't know that you call him Liberace behind his back.
Exactly.
I'm sleeping with my side boy.
Did he ever the lawn boy?
No, his little side act.
Hey, Julie, did he ever find out that his nickname was Liberace?
No, and I hope he's not making the connection now.
And this didn't last long, I'm guessing, with Liberace.
Definitely not. No.
Thank you. That's funny. That made me laugh. Thank you, Julie.
I got to interrupt with a text. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This person says this one guy, we called him High Five because he asked the girl after sex, "Can I give you a high five?"
Oh.
And so they just call him High Five. I'm like, whatever. Just know girls are mean,
Wait a minute.
secretly mean.
The guy after relations wanted a high five?
Yeah.
High
So
five.
he's High Five guy.
What, like Patrick Warburton? High five, high five, high five, high five.
Listen, I think the mean bridge can go for both genders.
Of course it can. But,
Hey, Andrew, just a couple more calls here because I got to move on. I got a lot of stuff to do here on this Friday, and I hate leaving good stuff on the table. Hey, I'm in trouble. I got a little Instagram trouble going on. I'll explain in a second. Let me grab 2 more calls on this. Michelle is in Lakeland. Michelle, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Good morning, you guys. How you guys doing?
We are well, Michelle. Go ahead.
I was given a nickname because of me and my son. We were truck driving with a local. He was trucking. And a lot of them were like, "Well, your mom's too protective." My son's like, "No, she's just like a mama bear." So the name Mama Bear has stuck with me for about 4 years now.
But that's good. That's a nice nickname, Mama Bear.
Unless you're really hairy.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Well, I mean, Mama Bear's a good nickname. I mean, these are kind of like a little insulting.
What is wrong with you? Why are you suggesting that Michelle's all hairy?
I don't know Michelle's hair situation.
I'm sure Michelle's not all hairy like Sasquatch.
Could be.
Michelle, thanks for the call.
Thanks.
All right.
Like saying, they called me Sweetie Pie. Oh, well, okay.
I'm going to nickname that Cell from Hell. All right. Carrie, just wasn't very clear. Carrie, last one on this, Andrew. Yeah, tell the other calls thank you, but I got to move on. Carrie's in Tampa. Carrie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Carrie. What is the nickname that you used on someone?
Yeah, this goes way back to 9th grade when my friend had a crush on one of the guys in the lunchroom, and he would always wear the same green pants every day, so we called him Mr. Green Pants.
It's clever.
You didn't go with Mr. Green Jeans. You went with Mr. Green Pants.
Mr. Green Pants.
This is
Gotcha. Hey, Carrie, thanks for the call. Rox, before I move on, any other texts? Because we get a ton of texts also at 800-990-1047. I do prefer if you've got something really good that you call in because we sort of are an audio medium. But listen, text communication is still pretty good.
Yes, and I have so many good ones. It's like, I don't know where to start, but I'll just read this last one that came in. My friend matched with a guy on Tinder. His opening statement was, "Come over, I want some snuggles." So they named him Mr. Snuggles, and he found out at a bar by one of the friends told him. So that's not good. They broke the code.
Yeah, but some of these are not bad. Some of them are somewhat endearing and nice.
What was the show where the guy, was it the 3 women in New York City? What's the name of that
Sex in the
This
City.
is like a Sex in the City. Didn't they
what was her name or his name? Mr. Junk or
Mr.
something?
Big?
That's right.
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big. But, like I know a person who has like a mole, and the mole's like the size of a quarter.
Oh.
And I only refer to this person behind their back as Holy Moly. And everybody knows who I'm talking about. I was like, oh my God, I have to talk to Holy Moly.
I don't know who you're talking about.
It's not a radio friend. But,
okay, all right.
But
I have no idea.
In that circle, I was like, oh my God, I have to talk to Holy Moly today.
But did you date Holy Moly?
No, this is a person I know. I have nicknames for everybody.
Yeah, see, the key with this is like it's the dating. It's how you feel about them based on the nickname and how your friends do. Okay, why are you in trouble with Instagram?
Got an interesting Instagram situation here. A couple of things on Instagram, And who said something to me yesterday? Because was it you, Froggy, being a smart butt? Because at the end of the show yesterday, I said something about, hey, give me an Instagram follow, and I was also talking about how I wasn't sure about the longevity of the MJ Morning Show. And
no, we all gave you crap about.
Listen, I'm being honest here, though. I am actually, hey, full disclosure, hey, breaking news. I've been called in to meet with Ron, our general manager and vice president of the Beasley Media Group Tampa cluster.
Today?
Today.
On a Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, we're done.
Yeah, so
it's Friday's the firing day, by the way.
Why do you think they call it Fire Day?
Yeah, right?
I've been called in. Ron said, hey, can you meet with me after the show today? So I'm going in to meet Ron, our market manager, where I believe he's going to present me with a new contract offer. My contract is up December 31st. They wanted me to sign a long-term deal last year, and, well, I said, how about we just do a year?
Just kick it for another year.
How about we just do a year? We'll just kick the can down the road another year. So my one-year deal is up, and I'm meeting with Ron today to find out, hey, what are they offering? What's the story? Can we come to an agreement for me to continue doing the MJ Morning Show in 2024? But also, when you don't come up with an agreement, in radio, they don't let you typically write out the contract. So if we're negotiating, let's say, through the month of November and we're not getting anywhere and we're not going to come to an agreement, typically in the radio biz, they don't let you, in my case, complete your contract all the way to the end. Most radio companies, they pull you off the air because they're afraid that the employee is going to go bonkers, they're going to go nuts.
I'm going to lock myself in the studio and play nothing but we got a right to fight for the part. What's the name of that song?
You got to fight for your right to party.
Yeah, the Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
this door's locked and nobody's coming in. I'm taking over.
All right, listen. So I'm meeting with Ron, but what I've said, I'm just being honest. And I kind of laid this out yesterday. And remember, I did a little segment about goodbye?
Yeah.
So yesterday.
Yeah, that was awkward.
And, well, I might do this period. Well, I will do it because I don't know if we're on the right track, I won't. But if we're not on the right track, I'm going to just occasionally say, hey, folks, just want to, wish everybody a farewell. Thank you for your years listening to the MJ Morning Show, because I could disappear. I might be gone the next day because they yank you. They don't want you to continue on. So as I'm in negotiations and I don't know where they're going to land, I'm just occasionally going to drop, hey, this could be goodbye. So I'm meeting with Ron at 10 a.m. this morning, right after the morning show today, to see what they want to roll out and what the future of the MJ Morning Show is going to be here on Q105. So, you guys were kind of busted on me. You're like, oh, that's why you're pushing your Instagram. All right, fine. So I'm pushing my Instagram. So if things don't work out, I get as many people following my Instagram as possible so you can find out what my next move is if suddenly I lose this mic.
Wait, there's going to be another move? I thought you were just going to retire.
Well, no, I could do that. But, hey, listen, there have been some tire kicks. All right?
Well, let me...
Tire Kingdom? Yeah. They need a new installer?
Mavis Tire has recently approached MJ?
Guys, no. Manny, Mo, and Jack. The
Pep Boys?
The Pep Boys, okay?
Tires and more. A full auto parts store.
We didn't hear about these tires that are being kicked.
There were listen, I'll fill you guys in. Listen, I just encourage people to give me a follow on Instagram. I'm certified MJ Radio. So if I suddenly do disappear and the show is off, I will keep everybody abreast of what's happening on Instagram.
What, you're going to start posting breast pictures on Instagram?
You want to jack up your followers from this crappy 14,000.8 who are almost 15,000 followers?
Right.
Put breasts on your Instagram.
All right, listen. I'm just saying that we could disappear if contract negotiations go badly. I'm just saying it would be a good idea if you don't follow me on Instagram to give me a follow, so if something does happen, I'll be able to tell everyone what's going on with me and the MJ Morning Show and the crew. Give me a follow at Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. But I'm also in trouble on Instagram, which is what led into this conversation. Yes, Rox.
Before we get to why you're in trouble, someone else in this room has a contract that is up.
Yep.
That is me.
Really?
January 1.
Whoa.
So
we're on the same timetable
yes,
then.
we are.
Okay.
I, too, am going to start giving out my Instagram so you know where to follow me
That's
if
fine.
I am not back on January 1st.
Go ahead.
At Roxanne Wilder. And you will find everything from children, crazy mom stuff, some clips from the MJ Morning Show, and breasts.
All right.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
And butt. Because is that pool?
I'm kidding.
Is that pool raft shot of your butt cheek still up there?
No, it's on all of our marketing for MJ Morning Show, which I don't know if is the right look.
I took it down. Really don't. I took it off the Facebook page for Halloween, but I'll put it back up.
No. You make such a big deal of that. It's just summer fun. Some summer fun photos.
So give Roxanne a follow on Instagram. It's Roxanne Wilder. And give me a follow in case the show ends, we disappear, and suddenly you turn on the radio, we're gone. And you got Kenny Loggins playing all morning long.
Kenny Loggins is good. So don't say it like that.
So give me a follow, Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. Now, the reason why I'm in trouble, Michelle says, oh, that's what you're looking at on Instagram. I can't explain this. But when I go to, and I'm trying to get rid of it by clicking on other stuff, but there's no reason why this should have happened. Somebody explain this to me. When I'm on my Instagram and I click on search.
Oh, I have the same problem.
What am I about to say?
As soon as you click search or you hit the little search icon, it shows thumbnails of like all these ridiculously attractive models.
What is going on?
That's what you guys look for.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Listen, no, it is
yes,
not.
It is.
I don't follow that. I don't search. No, it's not.
I don't.
It is. Fester nailed it.
I'm not on Instagram to follow models. However, when you hit the search icon, watch this. Watch. Here's my Instagram. Right. This is Fester at Fester Sucks.
Right.
I hit search. Right. And then the screen pops up. Especially on my phone, it has all these icons of one model after another after another.
Guess what?
I'm going to hold this up right now to MJTV and just some of the examples and all these like tall, skinny models. There's this like Italian weather girl, this weather woman. She does like weather on some Italian TV station. She shows up in my searches and she's like this thin, rail thin woman with legs that are like 6 feet all by themselves. The woman, and then she wears heels. She's got these tight dresses, little skirts, and like I'll go to search, and Michelle was looking over my shoulder, and when I hit search, all of these little boxes, all these little icons of all these like thin, attractive women with legs like crazy and boobs hanging out, and it's like, oh,
wow, mine are all women's feet and school fights.
Yeah. See, guys, it's your algorithm.
Roxanne, I don't search for this stuff.
Listen, I'm not trying to get you in trouble with your wives, but this is a nice little story that you and Fester have concocted that it just arbitrarily happened.
This is what you guys look at.
This is what you look at. This is what you look at.
If you see a hot model or something, you probably click it, and it's your algorithm.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
I only follow 300 plus pound models, and none of them are on that feed.
Listen, I can show these all. I'm showing them right now again on MJTV.
Right? You're covering up.
I am not looking for this stuff. I'm not searching for smoking hot leggy models that are 6 feet tall.
You're not searching for it, but if you come across it, you probably clicked it a time or two.
And guess what? These phones read your mind. It is reading your mind and knows that that's what you want to see.
It's not. It is not.
Why wouldn't it be? You're a man.
Nothing with my behavior on Instagram should precipitate leggy women in tight, skimpy outfits on my Instagram search.
Hey, when I hit it, no leggy women in tight, skimpy outfits come up, just weird stuff. You know why? I'm constantly trying to trick my algorithm. I don't want them to know me. I don't want them to know what I want to look at.
Yes.
So none of this stuff even makes sense.
Roxanne, I'm telling you right now that I do not search for this. There's no reason why when I hit search on Instagram that all these boxes and icons should come up and suddenly the whole screen is filled up with these. And Michelle's like, oh, so that's what you're looking
Well,
at.
I hate to break it to you guys.
But hold on. If I did look at a model's picture, percentage-wise, I look at much more like redneck fights or
a bunch of fights came up in mine.
Russian car accident videos. I mean, those are the kind of things I look for online because those are my favorite things.
The algorithm knows you.
It doesn't.
And guess what? I hate to tell you this, but I have a couple guy friends in this building, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
And I was looking at their searches the other day. And guess what? One of them has butts and boobs and women all over it.
All right.
And he admits that that's what he looks for. And the other one didn't have as much of that.
I'm not looking for. By the way, I'm holding a whole variety of videos and images up on the TV screen here on MJTV, which of course we stream live on TV every morning. You go to mjmorningshow.com. You click on MJTV at the top for the current live show 6 to 10. You'll see the little graphic. Click here to watch live, or you can watch any of our shows, any of our archive shows, or watch today later on tonight. Or anytime. But I'm just scrolling through my feed here, and it's just all these. So look, here's another one. There's like a woman in like Lululemon workout stuff.
Yeah, guess
Like,
what? You talk about Lululemon.
Oh, there's a
It
beheading
hears
in
you
mine.
talking on the show about it.
He talks about.
All right, Fester, hold on. Go ahead, hold it up. Hey, Andrew, grab Fester's camera.
So here's my
do a doom scroll. Go ahead.
So here's my Instagram. I hit the search button there.
Yep.
And then all these models pop up.
What is look? And you got some of the same ones I have.
And they're all. And if it's a matter of looking at types, they're not exactly my type because, they're all probably 115 pounds and blonde. But, one after another. And I'm not clicking them. I'm not diving into them. There's nothing that I follow is on this suggestion
You know
feed.
what? I was going to move on, but I want to grab a couple of calls here. 800-990-1047. Can somebody explain this? What is going on? I do not search for ridiculously leggy, attractive women.
But you do like legs. I've heard you say that before.
What?
That you like tall women. Look at Michelle.
I've never come out and said, you tell me when I've said on this show, I like tall women.
Okay,
What
maybe,
are you
know
just
what?
maybe assuming it because my wife is
Yes.
taller than me?
Maybe so.
Whoa, why
But
are you so defensive?
He also likes.
I'm not.
He also likes dwarf women, Roxanne. So take that.
Oh my God! I just came across a stabbing and a shooting on mine.
All right, 800.
This is horrific.
If somebody would like to enlighten us, what is going on? Because I swear I am not searching for attractive, tall, thin women in tight clothing and little bitty micro mini skirts, and that's what's all over my search when I click it, and that's what got me in trouble.
See, my search makes no sense. My Instagram cannot figure me out.
All right, 800-990-1047.
Neither can we.
800-990-1047. Let's grab, I have no idea who this is. I'm just going to grab line 2 because the phone screen is off. Who is this?
Hey, MJ, it's Lourdes. I'm on my way to my kid's school.
Oh, what's your first name again?
Lourdes.
Lourdes.
Like Madonna's daughter.
Got it, Lourdes. Well, welcome, Lourdes, to the MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, hon. I swear this is happening to me, too. And I'm not looking at girls. I'm looking at just normal, kid stuff because I'm always trying to figure out what's the best thing for my child and all these other things. Food. And when I press on that little
the magnifying glass, the search thing.
Yeah, the magnifying glass. I swear, and I'm not trying to defend you or anything. I see a whole bunch of. I see dogs. I see women. I see a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even look at.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what? I think I'm figuring this
go
out.
ahead.
Do you talk about that stuff? I think, MJ, your phone is picking up stuff because of what we talk about on this show.
We don't talk about that many
Talk
models.
about hot models.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I sometimes will talk about something with my mom, her pacemaker, I don't know, anything that we're talking about. And all of a sudden, my phone is giving me information about that.
Well, listen,
That
and
happens.
you can go into your settings. Now, the phones do listen to us. You can go into like I'm on Google because I'm using Android and Google tied into that.
I use Android. I'm using an Android.
Yeah, so you can go into your settings and you can turn off areas where the phone can listen to you. Hey, Lourdes, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're the best. Bye-bye now.
You're the best too, Lourdes. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. So the phones have exploded on this. Paula is in Tarpon Springs. Paula, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. Yes, I'm having problems with that too. Even Facebook sometimes brings that stuff up.
And stuff that you haven't searched or stuff that you're not interested in, and suddenly you're flooded, right?
Right. And I don't understand it. I reset everything, I bring it back up, and it's still doing it. So I don't know what's going on.
But, like Michelle, when she looked over my shoulder or she was passing by and I just happened to hit the search on Instagram, and suddenly all of these tiles with all these hot women, and Michelle's like, oh, so that's what you're looking at. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then she's like, sure.
No, but you do talk about hot women on this show.
Roxanne, come on.
You do. Not in like a creepy context necessarily.
We talk about airlines too, and I don't have all these airline feeds coming up. We talk about a bunch of stuff.
I have airline feed stuff come up in mine, and I think it's just from being in the room with you.
Hey, Paula, thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
Have a great weekend. Diane is in Bradenton. Diane, MJ Morning Show, you're up next. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well.
Hey, so a lot of this advertisements that you're getting, and
No, it's not advertising. It's just
suggestions.
It's just I'm getting the images for like hot women's Instagram feeds.
But this woman and I are texting. She's like, he just said hot women 5 times. You say the phrase hot women. You say it.
And it might not be you saying it. It could be a friend saying it.
Okay.
So this has been in the works for a long time. This has been in the works. So if you go to a bus stop and they have advertisements and they're rolling and they're digital, all you have to do is you search something on your phone. You don't even have to be standing there. But if you search something on your phone and then you go over there, it will know what your search is on your phone, and it will show advertisements for whatever it is you searched or talked about. And you're like,
Wait, you're saying that the digital advertisement at a bus stop is going to tap into my phone?
What if I look up porn?
It absolutely is listening to you and is following your searches or whatever keywords that you might have searched, and maybe an ad came up and maybe you clicked on it, maybe you didn't. But a lot of times it's fishing for what you might be interested in, and it's throwing it out there. And if you click on it, now you're in the loop.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Diane. Have a good day.
Sounds totally real.
The thing is, for the variety of things I click on, reasonably attractive women might be a portion of those things. It's by no means all the suggestions are models.
I don't follow any of these things. Then they show up. I follow very few, and none of them are any of these attractive women. No, I don't follow any of these accounts. I don't search for them, and they're just flooded in my feed and in whenever I hit the search thing. All right, let me grab Brad in Lakeland. Brad, you're on the MJ Morning Show. It kind of just put me in a little bit of trouble. It's like, and I got to explain. It's like, oh, sure. Brad, go ahead.
Okay, so right now I'm actually looking at my Instagram. There's 15 thumbnails that are on here. So I actually follow Corvettes, Jeeps, and bicycle racing. If you out of the 15, 7 of them are hot women. The others are bicycles, Jeeps, and Corvettes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I open up, if I'm sitting around the house and the wife's sitting next to me and she sees that, I'm like, I have no idea why all of these are popping up in here. And she said, well, you must click on something because your bike stuff is on there, your Jeep stuff is on there. And it just makes no sense because I don't open any of these. I don't click on them. So it really, I follow you on this one 100%.
I mean, same deal. I mean, suddenly I go to my searches and I've got hot women in tiny little skirts dancing in their bedroom. What are... I didn't search for that. Hey, thanks for the call, Brad. Patrick's going to offer help. Patrick is in Clearwater. Look, I was not intending for this to turn into something, but that's the way the show goes. We have no idea that some things are going to turn into something big. Patrick, Clearwater, MJ Morning Show, you're next.
Thanks. Am I on?
Yeah, Patrick, but you're very,
cool.
Yeah, you're in the background. You got to talk louder for me.
All right. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, a little bit.
A window. Can you get off your hands free? All right.
Yeah, let me see if I can switch over to my phone.
It's really kind of easy.
Yeah, I think you're in a loud sounding truck or something. Got some road noise going on.
Got it. Let's see if I can switch over.
Yeah, all right.
Take your time.
Well,
we have nothing else going on.
Here we go. Yep, that's 100% better. Thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in a very lifted Jeep driving on 19.
Yeah, I could tell. All right, go ahead.
So in your settings, I think what happens with the search is it's not just necessarily stuff you're looking at, but there's also sort of your general demographics. So male, certain ages. So it's going to be suggesting certain things to you. But if you go into your account, if you click on your picture and then go into account, and then you're going to get to a section where you can see sensitive content. And if you go into there, it's going to give you three options. Either show just regular, show less sensitive content, or show more sensitive content. And if you just set that the lowest setting, it should clear out a majority of that stuff when you click search.
Gotcha. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, have a great day in your jacked up Jeep. All right, now go back to the call screener, Fester. I need
I'm
to
going
see
to my settings. I don't need to see all this stuff.
Fester and I share a computer, so it mirrors. So he's trying to go to his settings. I need to see the calls. Casey's in Clearwater. Here's another explanation. Hey, Andrew, no more calls on this. We really hit a hot button here. Let me. Oh, am I going to get? Did he just hear me say hot again?
Yeah, it did.
Let's grab Casey in Clearwater. Hey, Casey.
Hey, MJ. Yeah, Patrick nailed it. It's got a lot to do with your demographics. You have, you talked about it as far as ads. It's not necessarily an ad. It's that they paid to boost a post. So these are people who have monetized accounts that you're in their target demographic.
There you go.
And so they pay for certain, demographics in certain places. It's why you see local ads on internet and things like that. So, you got to change your ad settings.
So you're saying all these models are paying money to appear on my search.
But it's not a product that's being promoted. It's just like a regular Instagram account.
But they get revenue off of their Instagram followers.
I know you can monetize. I keep getting things that pop up. Hey, you can monetize. I haven't done any of that yet. Let's grab two more calls and that's it. Thank you, Casey. Larry in Land O'Lakes. Larry, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Totally love this show.
Thank you, buddy.
You guys love. Listen, everybody is close to what's going on, but I happen to know exactly what is going on
Tell us.
here, and everybody's kind of this technological aspect of it. More simple than that. Look, you are awesome. You are not looking for this. All these hot women, they are looking for you, man. They're looking for you. Everybody wants you. Everybody
wants you. What song was that?
Larry, you are a loyal listener, and we appreciate it. You are also delusional.
Larry, thank you, buddy.
Yes.
See you, pal.
Have a good weekend. Billy Squires, who I'm thinking of. Yeah. Alan in Sarasota. Hey, cue up the hook on that, would you please, Andrew? Last call on this, and we got to move on. The FTX thing, man, and Sam Bankman-Fried guilty. That dude could be doing decades in prison. And then the whole celebrity front, all the big names that got caught up in that crypto mess. And again, I keep hearing erroneous Taylor Swift information that people are continuing to propagate.
No.
She wasn't a genius by staying away from FTX for the 9,000th time, at least on this show. All right, final call on this. Fester, you took
it's
this.
Alan.
Alan.
You said his name right.
All right, Alan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Alan.
Hello, good morning.
Yep.
So, the people who were talking before were generally right. It's the algorithm, it's all the jazz, it's the ads, yes. But, I made a new account because I work in sales now, and I follow all of my restaurants and stuff. And first thing that shows up after I follow, 110 different restaurants is models, is women in skimpy clothes, is all this stuff.
Because you're a guy.
It is, yep, I'm a guy. I'm 30 years old. And I actually didn't even put my gender, and it still assumed I was a guy. I didn't say male or female.
Yep.
I said no decision.
So it's not that you're a guy; it's that you're being targeted.
Yep.
Yes, it's somehow figured out that you're a guy.
Alan, thanks for the call. All right, listen, good information. Phones exploded, and clearly, a lot of people know exactly what I'm talking about.
This guy, Andrew, texted me. He's like, Roxanne, your point can't be true because your search should look just like MJ's because you're on the show with him every morning in the same room talking about the same stuff. But here's what I say to you, Andrew. My phone also knows I'm a heterosexual woman, so it doesn't target me with that.
So, but there's not us saying it. It's we're being targeted is the answer.
Well, you told me you were curious before about, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's right. During one of the breaks. Didn't I just tell you that during one of the breaks earlier in the show? Yeah.
Look, it's coming up on my phone right now.
Oh,
I'm kidding around.
Roxanne kissing a girl. Oh, wow.
FTX. The whole FTX fraud, if you haven't heard the news, it broke like last night about 8:20, 8:30. I think the jury got the case at about 4 o'clock.
It's a quick verdict.
Man, massive verdict in like 4 hours. Listen, when the jury comes back quickly, you talk to lawyers on what that means. So FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, he is in trouble. He was convicted last night. A New York jury convicted him of fraud for stealing at least $10 billion from customers and investors. At least 10. Who's gagging and choking over here?
I'm sneezing.
You all right?
Froggy's dying over here in the corner.
You okay?
Yes.
By the way, Froggy is doing nothing but his personal work during the show today.
I'm sneezing.
Yeah, and sneezing. You're doing two things very well today. All right. So this is a pretty big freaking story. I mean, he could face, I saw, if you look at all the penalties, so convicted on all counts, I'll give you the quote. No cameras because this is a federal case, so no cameras in the courtroom. Mr. Bankman-Fried, please rise and face the jury. Judge Lewis A. Kaplan commanded just before the jury foreman responded, guilty 7 times to 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy, 3 other conspiracy charges, which carry potential penalties adding up to 110 years in federal prison. Now, he's going to probably face far less than that, but he could do 10, 15, 20 years. And his parents are both attorneys, and I think they're like professors at like Berkeley in California. But it was reported that the parents and the father like gave him guidance. Hey, yeah, you need to move to Hong Kong, and then no, leave Hong Kong, move FTX to the Bahamas. Oh, yeah, they're all intertwined, and they're like law professors, but they were crying. There were sketches. They were bawling in the sketches, the courtroom sketches, and the reports were that they were like just tears were like streaming out of their face.
Now they're crying. They didn't expect this.
Because also it might be a little bit of a look-see at what they're facing because
they're going after their parents too?
Yeah, so they're in some legal trouble as well.
Time for them to move to Hong Kong.
So the whole crypto deal, and so where does Taylor Swift fit into this thing? Hey, Fester, Bring up the list of all the celebrities. The whole FTX thing. Hey, you remember the TV commercial that ran during the Super Bowl? You had Larry David in that commercial. Remember this whole thing here? Here's the audio bite from the FTX commercial that ran during the Super Bowl.
Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I just deleted
and
my
I'm
whole
never
list.
wrong about this stuff. Never.
I know what it is.
All right, no, just stop. Just leave it alone.
I just deleted it all.
Just leave it alone.
I don't. It's a word. Stop.
I'm trying to hit undo right now, and it's not.
What'd you do?
Hit control. Hit Control Z to take it back.
Control.
All right, Fester, you are such a dope.
Listen.
Hold on, there it is. All right,
there we go. Okay, we got it.
I found the list. So I had Fester make a whole list of all the celebrities, and Fester's such a computer dolt, he erased the damn thing.
Okay, I think I just opened up a new window.
And you talked over the whole audio clip.
Yeah, we've heard that clip before. This is more important.
Yeah, here's the clip again.
Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never.
Well, Larry David, he got a chunk of money out of that deal. I mean, you look at the celebrities that were involved here. You look at the numbers that were involved. Tom Brady was paid $30 million. Gisele Bündchen was paid $18 million in FTX stock, and it's worthless. So they got screwed. But Where were the smart money managers for Tom Brady, Gisele Bündchen, Larry David, Steph Curry, Trevor Lawrence, Kevin O'Leary from the Shark deal?
Kevin O'Leary took cash. He took $18 million.
Yeah, he took some cash.
Yeah.
David Big Papi Ortiz, Shaquille O'Neal. Remember the story? Shaquille O'Neal, he was dodging getting served for months. He was getting these process servers that were trying to serve him with a subpoena for the lawsuit. They were pulling their hair out. They were scooping their eyeballs out with melon scoopers because Shaq was evading them. There was even the story of Shaq was leaving his gated community outside of Atlanta, and they were throwing the papers at his Range Rover as he was driving by. But then we get to Taylor Swift. And I'm going to wrap this up now and move on. But the whole Taylor Swift story is so inaccurate, and people believe this. People believe a story that was floated that Taylor Swift did not get caught up in the whole FTX crypto scam because she was too smart. She asked the right questions, and she sensed it was a racket and a scam, and Taylor Swift is a genius. No! Wrong! Not true at all. FTX, this creepy Sam Bankman-Fried told Taylor Swift to buzz off. Taylor Swift asked for more money than anybody. Taylor Swift wanted $100 million. So the reporting was, and this was erroneous. It's a false story that, Taylor Swift was so smart. Her people, they sensed that this was a racket and a scam. They said, Taylor, stay away. No. So the story that rolled out was inaccurate. But amazingly, most people still believe that Taylor Swift is so smart she avoided falling into the FTX crypto trap. And that's just not the case. And, one of her spokespeople, one of her attorneys had said, but that is not the case at all. Negotiations broke down. Swift was looking for $100 million. One of the FTX employees was quoted as saying, that's really effing high, and it wasn't censored. Taylor Swift was told no thank you. Taylor Swift was right there to grab $100 million and appear in FTX commercials. It wasn't her genius. She had thrown out a big number. She was greedy, wanted $100 million. FTX said no. So she got lucky that FTX turned her down, so she's not tainted by the FTX scandal like Tom Brady, Gisele, Larry David, Steph Curry, Kevin O'Leary, Shaquille O'Neal. So that's the truth. Please, folks, stop spreading the fake story that, Taylor Swift, she told FTX no. No, they told her no. She wanted it. Yes, Rox.
Okay, so I was talking to Doug last night. I'm like, I can't believe you met that guy. And I didn't actually meet him, but he was at Bahamar for the cryptocurrency conference when I was down there.
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas
Yeah.
at this resort, right? And in fact, there was one day where it was like this VIP pool, and it was like, our group of friends, and then there was like a big group of the FTX people. They're all Sam Bankman-Fried people. They're like these total tech nerd alert people, right?
Yep.
So this is what made me think, I think I have the theory. This list that we're looking at, Tom Brady, Gisele, Larry David, blah, 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 they all made their money in sports, entertainment. They're not financial brainiacs.
Well, yes,
but
they are.
Obviously, Sam Bankman-Fried is, though he's also a criminal and a con artist.
Yeah.
So they just bought into him and his intelligence.
Well, they got
look at this.
suckered.
They got suckered.
Or the handlers and the people for these folks. Listen,
they said, he's smarter than me. He knows more than
Even if Tom Brady can't balance his checkbook, he has somebody who kind of leans in his ear and says, hey, don't do this.
No, but
do this.
No, listen.
I tell you what, these big celebrities ought to be questioning their handlers and their financial people for getting suckered in.
It's deeper than that with Tom, because he was really close with Sam Bankman-Fried. Someone quoted him as adoring him. They were really great pals.
Yeah, you give me $50 million, I'll adore you too.
Yeah, I'll be afraid. Like, you're telling me that Tom Brady really wants to hang out with that cretin loser looking Sam Bankman-Fried?
You want to hang you want to hook up with my girlfriend, Tom?
that guy with the puffy hair.
Hey,
looks
Froggy,
all disheveled.
do the spit talk sound.
Yes, hey, it's me, Sam Bankman-Fried. Hey, Tom, you want to hook up? My girl's really hot.
Okay,
I promise you, she will gnaw you down to nothing.
Yeah, remember Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend? What was her name? She had like these beaver teeth. And I had heard something where someone said, yeah, her talent is she could chew through wood. And that was true. That was about right.
So
All right,
Caroline Ellison's her name. She's the one that really did a lot of damage to him.
Yeah, she did.
She really...
And she separated herself from him.
Yeah, and she really probably sunk his ship during the federal trial.
Yeah, all the pillow talk.
Yeah. All right, moving along.
She chewed through the pillow.
Yeah,
I wonder if she had some... I better not say this. I was going to say, I wonder if he had some very damaging bite marks and...
Ouch! Jeez, not again. Ouch!
And lacerations from those teeth. All right, so moving along. Brooke Shields.
Freaking woodchuck.
All right. How much wood can a woodchuck? Sam Bankman-Fried, is that what you called her?
Yeah, that's my little nickname for my little woodchuck.
My little woodchuck. All right, moving along. Brooke Shields. Did you hear, and this is interesting, and listen, I like Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields, is that going to show up in my searches now on my Instagram?
I wish it would be somebody I at least mentioned.
So Brooke Shields, she had a grand seizure. What do they call it?
Grand mal.
Grand mal seizure.
Right, where you foam from the mouth.
Oh, yeah. Brooke Shields, she went over. She had a grand mal seizure. Do you know why?
Yeah, I know why. I do.
And this is why I'm bringing this up.
It's crazy.
I didn't know that this could cause a grand mal seizure.
Mhm,
What, she eat seafood or something?
No, your electrolytes get out of whack. That's right.
Incorrect. So, Roxanne, what do you think it is?
She drank, I know the answer.
Yeah.
She drank too much water.
She drank way too much H2O. And we always hear, drink water, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. Well, apparently Brooke Shields drank a little too much water.
I want to know how much she drank. Does it tell?
I know people who drink a gallon of that stuff a day.
Let me share some of the details here.
You say that stuff like it's vodka.
So-
It's water.
Yeah, but it can't be that great for you.
Now, doctors, health professionals always say consume water, drink a lot of water, but 22% of Americans, only 22% of Americans, according to a recent study, say that Americans consume the proper amount of water. So the recommended is like 8 glasses of water a day. So only 22% of Americans actually get enough recommended water every day. But Brooke Shields revealed a couple of days ago that she suffered a grand mal seizure because she drank too much water. She said, and this was in the Glamour magazine Women of the Year 2023 issue, she said everything started to go black. Then my hands dropped to my side, and I go head first into the wall. I started having a grand mal seizure. It means frothing at the mouth, totally blue, trying to swallow my tongue. The next thing I remember, I was being loaded into an ambulance. I have oxygen on. I flooded my system and I drowned myself. And she disclosed that it was overconsumption of water, too much water.
I need to know how much.
If you don't have enough sodium in your blood or urine or your body, you can have a seizure. Overhydration, known as water toxicity, can cause seizures, according to the CDC. They urge people not to drink more than 48 ounces. That's 6 cups of water per hour. So you don't want to drink more than 48 ounces of water per hour.
How long can you keep that up?
Yeah, right.
Now, I don't
Okay.
see, to answer your question, I don't see how much Brooke Shields actually consumed, but she revealed that she already had low sodium levels at the time that she was consuming lots of water. Water dilutes sodium in the blood, causing a condition known as hyponatremia, if I'm pronouncing that properly. But it doesn't say how much water. In fact, the story says that Shields did not disclose just how much water she actually had been drinking, but experts advise no more than 3.7 liters of fluids a day for men and 2.7 liters a day for women.
Okay, so one of our texters just texted me with the proper terms.
Yep.
And basically what happens is the brain swells, and I just lost the text, so continue.
Good times.
They're pouring in. Everybody wants to talk about this.
Listen, they need to change the name of this ailment, because when you said that Brooke Shields had a grand mall, I thought it was like a vacation spot.
I thought it was like the big canal in Venice.
Yeah, right?
You know?
Something fancy. Ooh, Brooke Shields is like the grand mall. I thought it was like a place in the Bahamas.
I thought she just turned into a grandma. She's like,
Okay.
I'm old now.
How old,
Yes.
how
Had a
old-
grandma.
how old are you,
She-
MJ?
What?
How old are you?
I am 57.
All right.
I feel and act like I'm 27, but, you know.
Brooke Shields is 58. That's why.
Actually, I act like I'm 14, but that's a whole different story.
Depends on the subject.
Hey, did you guys ever see Blue Lagoon?
I did when I was, it ran on HBO when I was a kid.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom let me watch that
Yeah.
when I was like
jail.
8.
Yeah, when I was like a teenager. Or
Yeah, my mom let me watch it.
You know what? I might have been,
because she didn't-
I think I was like 12, 13 years old when that thing came out. And all right, so hey, speaking of water, real quickly here, the theory or the belief that some people have, oh yeah, lemon water helps you lose weight. It does not. I saw something else on that. I like lemon water, and I'm not drinking lemon water because I don't drink any soda. I drink very little juice. Or Froggy, I drink very little. Juice.
If you're gonna drink a juice, drink juice, because it's 100% juice.
Juice. What's that stuff that's like 2% juice? What's that?
Any flavored Tropicana drink?
No.
Sunny
it's
D.
Has like 10% on the back.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. No, it's even worse. It's what'd you say?
Sunny Delight.
Yeah, Sunny Delight. You ever look at the label on thing? Contains like no juice. I think no, it might be like 2%. Like one contains 1% juice. Hey kids, you want a whole glass full of just sugar water with food coloring?
Yeah.
What the hell? No, lemon water, it doesn't help you lose weight. What lemon water does, it helps you drink more water because it flavors the water. And that's why I do it. You know, when I'm really, really thirsty, when I've been exercising, when I've been out on a walk for 5 miles when it feels like I'm 109 like we had for many days this summer, and I get back to the house and I just regular water, man, I can guzzle that forever. But the normal consumption of water during the day, listen, I can still drink regular water. I don't have a problem with that. You know, also if you're eating spicy or salty foods, you know, but when I drink my allotment of water a day, I do some squeezes of lemon and some squeezes of lime juice, like virtually 0 calories, and it just flavors the water, and it just makes it, you know, more desirable and easier to drink. It just gives you flavor. And if you have a little bit of flavor, you can typically consume a little bit more water, which is good, but I'm not going to drink the amount that gives me a grand mal seizure like
Brooke Shields.
Like Brooke Shields, exactly.
That's the same thing my uncle said about water and whiskey. Just put a little splash of it, a little splash of water.
All right, let's talk Ybor here for a second. And yesterday, the Tampa City Council, they said nope. They said muy mal, not grand mal. They said muy mal. The Tampa City Council voted against having Ybor businesses shut down, like bars and at 1 a.m. So the facilities, the bars, the businesses can still remain open till 3 a.m. That's not the answer. Also, I think that's unconstitutional for these businesses. And the fact is, you know, there's a lot of times when you have an issue, there's a knee-jerk reaction. And of course, this all stems from the recent shooting that we had in Ybor close to 3 o'clock in the morning. And listen, if the bars had shut down earlier, that was going to keep a 14-year-old kid from getting shot, and a terrible story. 14-year-old kid was killed in Ybor. It's an awful story, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention again, I already mentioned this 19 times when we talked about the story originally, what the hell was a 14-year-old kid doing out on the streets of Ybor at almost 3 o'clock in the morning? That is ridiculous. And
that's kind of bewildering to me as well. 14
years old. Why don't we focus in on some parenting and why that kid was out at 3 o'clock in the morning? Should have never happened. But Tampa City Council, you had Gwen Stefani, who's on. No, I'm kidding. It's Gwen Henderson.
Right.
So Gwen Henderson, one of her suggestions was, hey, let's close down all the businesses and bars at 1 a.m. And clearly the bar owners are like, no, I mean, that would eat into their profits. The fact is that's not the answer, shutting down. Here's a quote. I saw this on Channel 8's website. If you take a bartender who's working a 10-hour shift and you take away 2 hours, you're effectively taking away 20% of their income, said Chad Perry, who works in Ybor, that gave the quote to News Channel 8.
You know what else I heard them talking about when they were talking about that 1 a.m. curfew? They said, they can still hang out in the streets then. Like, okay, then what does that accomplish? All the businesses are closed, but everybody's roaming the streets now
So
at 1 a.m.
a friend of mine who knows a thing or two about the drug scene in town.
What did you just say?
He knows a thing or two.
Oh, is that like
about
Farmers Insurance? We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two? You got a friend who knows a thing or two because
So I have a friend who's
like a drug dealer?
He's like an upper mid guy. But
what?
Anyway,
Wait a minute. You know a guy that's like a mid-level dealer?
Upper mid. Yes.
Upper mid.
Yes.
Man, when they pinch the lower guys, they're going to keep pushing up the chain to get to your dude.
Well, that's.
Oh my! How do you know a drug dealer?
I know all kinds of people.
Oh my God!
So listen, he says I talked to him last night about this.
What does he sell?
What doesn't he sell?
Oh my God!
But
really?
Here's what he said. He goes, it's drug dealers in Ybor City who are bringing the guns. Because if you go to Ybor City to a club, what do they do when you walk into a club? If you go down there to party or go into a business,
the Garrett metal detector wand or the.
So you're not bringing a gun to Ybor if you're going to a club,
right?
However, if you're there to cause trouble or sell drugs or just stay on the street, those are the people carrying weapons. Where police need to redirect their attention toward those people and not the people going to Ybor to utilize the town.
Yeah, what did I see? I mean, you've got numerous. Is it New Orleans? I'm trying to think of some of the cities. Maybe you can look this up for me quickly. But there are cities that have like loitering or congregation. There are cities that have like anti-loitering and congregation laws and statutes that prevent people from clustering on the streets. And a lot of times the problems emanate from that loitering, the congregation, and the clusters late at night.
But none of those people are planning to go to the bars or go to the restaurants or go to the entertainment venues. They're just there on the streets doing their business or doing anything else. And maybe that's what they should be looking at.
So city council, they did not pass the ordinance to shut down the bars and businesses at 1 a.m. They can still remain open till 3. And they have directed the Tampa police chief, Lee Burkall, the new chief, big MJ Morning Show listener and a friend of the show. Great story about new Tampa police chief, Lee Burkall. He loves the MJ Morning Show because he won $5,000 from our show in a contest back in the 90s when he was a young rookie officer, like just hired by the TPD.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great story. So, yeah, he's a good friend of the show. All right, anyway, moving along. Do you guys know the Jay-Z theory?
No.
This
Wait,
I've
Jay-Z?
Yeah, I've seen this over the years, and for whatever reason, it's popping up again.
Conspiracy?
On social media. Come on, you guys have never heard of the whole. It's like the Jay-Z dilemma, the Jay-Z problem. It's the Jay-Z proposal. It's a hypothetical. You guys have never heard of this?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I know.
What am I talking about?
Would you
take the bass line out? Oh, hey. You know what? Take the bass
line out.
Right there. Take. Oh, it sounds much better here.
Now bring it back in, son.
Yeah, give me. Take the bass line out.
Let it bump.
Yeah.
Here it comes again. I know what it is.
Yeah. All right. So, what is the Jay-Z hypothetical?
Would you either go to dinner with Jay-Z or take $500,000?
Dude, 100%. How do you know that?
Because I am in the loop, my friend.
So, Roxanne Fesser, you never heard of the Jay-Z hypothetical?
Nope.
And I love Jay-Z.
The Jay-Z pro. I've heard of this. This has been floating around for, I don't know, 5 years.
So it's go to dinner with Jay-Z.
So rap artist, music mogul, producer, Jay-Z. What is he worth? Like $1 billion or something?
More.
Yeah.
Isn't he a billionaire?
Couple bill.
Yeah, he's built an empire, a legitimate empire.
There has been this, I've known about it for maybe 5+ years. The whole Jay-Z hypothetical. And this has been floating around on the internets. This has been on social media, the threads, message. So the hypothetical is, as Froggy just laid out, whether you would choose to have a meal with Jay-Z or there are different versions, or have a $500,000. Some of the monetary numbers vary, but for the most part, it's would you rather have Jay-Z for dinner or would you rather have a $500,000?
So according to the Google, Jay-Z net worth $2.5 billion.
That's insane.
Good for him.
That's why he wears $1 million Richard Mille watches when you see him courtside at a game.
If anything, he's pissed off that the amount of money he's being compared to is just a paltry $500,000.
Yeah. Listen, I like Jay-Z. I respect what he's done with his career, but I'm taking the $500,000, man.
Me too. And then invite him to dinner. And if he wants to come, great. If not, no worries.
Yeah. Hey.
Might be a win-win.
You want to meet me at China Yuan for some excellent Peking duck? Hey, Jay-Z, give me the $500,000.
If you want, I'll take you to dinner.
You want some dim sum over at China Yuan? That's what I'll do. Hey, it's on Armenia, just north of Waters. I'll meet you in there, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the baseline out.
Do you know how Jay-Z feels about this?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a whole story.
Okay, I didn't know where you were going with it.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were wrapping it up.
He said you got to take the money.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Is Jay-Z in a recent interview with Gayle King on the CBS morning show. Is Gayle still friends with Oprah, or do they have a falling out?
No, they are very
still
close.
tight? Just checking.
Awkwardly close.
Is Oprah's favorite things? Is that out yet for the year?
It is.
It is?
It's ridiculous. I think I sent it to you.
Very close.
All right. Anyway,
All right,
Jay-Z said recently, rapper, entrepreneur, producer, loaded dude. He said, no, with the hypothetical, would you rather have dinner with Jay-Z or take a $500,000? He said, you got to take the money. He said, you've got all that in the music for $10.99. I wouldn't tell you to cut a bad deal like take the $500,000, go buy some albums and listen to albums. It's all there. If you piece it together and really listen to the music for the words, well, it's all there. I don't know what the hell. I have no idea what that means.
What he's saying, I read the article. Yeah. What he's saying is you got to take the money. Any advice? What the hell do you think he's going to say during lunch? Any advice he could give anybody, he's already put in his music.
Yeah, the advice he would give you would be you should have taken the money.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing here. You got to take the money. You don't say, "Oh, I'll have dinner with Jay-Z." Would someone hypothetically say, "Well, I'm an aspiring rapper, and if I have the dinner, maybe that's the connection, and it'll produce and blow up my CD, blow up my tracks, and I'm going to make millions of dollars."
Then you sneeze in his Cobb salad. You're like, damn it. Yo, man, you just sneezed in my Cobb salad. That's not right.
Sorry, Mr. Z.
No, man, not cool, man. I can't eat my egg now.
Anyway, so yeah, I like Jay-Z, but I would absolutely take the $500,000.
Salad.
It's hard boiled.
Yo, take the bacon out.
It's the hard boiled egg.
Take the bacon
out. Take the bacon out of my Cobb salad.
Yo.
Those are the jokes I was trying to get to.
This lunch is getting crazy.
Is there anybody you would rather have lunch with than a $500,000 on the planet?
I don't think so. I think I would take the $500,000
over anybody.
Yeah, every single day. Listen, hey, Warren Buffett, don't people pay like $10 million to have lunch with him for some charity deal every year?
I thought he just did his last one like a year or so ago because he's like
93.
Yeah, I hate these people.
I know.
He didn't say that.
I thought he did his last one, but I might be wrong.
8:43 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105.
Oh, wow.
What?
I typed in lunch with Buffett, but I typed in lunch with buffet.
And all these buffet places.
I got a bunch of great recommendations.
There's the Super Buffet St. Pete.
Wow.
There's the Spring Garden Family Restaurant. restaurant.
I've never been to any of these places.
Hey, Fred's, the market.
Love that place.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been to Duff's?
It's
in Clearwater.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been to, but Fred's Market Restaurant, man. I like the original Plant City one, and
Right.
I was exposed to that when Michelle was with the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office, and she had one of the assignments. She was, at the Plant City office prosecuting, and I would meet her out there sometimes for lunch, and man, that's when I first, found out about the Fred's buffet out there.
Oh my!
And then they have one in like Brandon area too, right? Or
Riverview,
301, right? River around there. I know I've passed by it. So Fester's searching Warren Buffett.
Oh, I typed in lunch with
and
Buffett.
All these buffets come
Look
up.
at all. Look, I pulled out Google Maps. Look at all these buffets in town.
What about Stacy's buffet? Those are gone, right?
Oh, I used to love that place.
Stacy's was the best.
Or Salad World. Or I called Sweet Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I always called Sweet Tomatoes Salad World. I miss
I do too.
Sweet Tomatoes.
When I drive down US 19 by Palm Harbor and I see that Sweet Tomatoes,
It's still there. It's right.
So
yeah.
sad. It just makes you feel like so nostalgic.
It's
and-
right.
yeah.
It's right near Massimo's.
They
so
throw the sign up.
Whenever we go to Massimo's another fantastic restaurant in Palm Harbor, right behind the Outback on US 19 Palm Harbor, just up from. What is that? It's like
Ferrari place?
Yeah, well, no, it's south of the Ferrari
Okay.
place. Yeah, that's Tampa Road and 19 is where Ferrari is. And Massimo's is right in that shopping center with Outback, right in the back there. Massimo's is just fantastic. Known him for years. Always a great meal there. He's an excellent chef. But we always pass by that Sweet Tomatoes on US 19.
Yep.
It's still like vacant.
It is. It's like
the carcass of
Put
a
it out.
whale
You know
just
what?
left on the beach to
Yes.
rot.
Fester's Buffet. Dude.
I'd be the only customer there.
Open it up. Fester's Buffet.
Oh, the way this radio job's going, it may be a reality.
Well, listen, hey, I've got a meeting in an hour and 15 minutes. I am meeting with our general I was about to say mangler.
Not yet.
I'm meeting with our general manager. I'm meeting with Ron in like an hour and 15 minutes. And we'll see what they present. Hey, listen, they could say, MJ, we've decided to cut you loose. And that could be the meeting here. Or it could be, hey, let me hand you an offer and see what you think. Anyway, I've got a meeting right after the show regarding the future of the MJ Morning Show continuing because my contract is up at the end of the year. And, as I've said, give me a follow on Instagram because, hey, listen, I could be done today. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to say to me. I could be done today. And that's why I'm telling people, give me a follow on Instagram. So if I am cut loose in the next, couple of weeks or next month and a half or so, follow my Instagram and I'll let you know everything that's going on if something drastically changes and the show doesn't continue here on Q105. And my Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. When we get back, folks, this wraps up an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. When we get back, did you see the admission that DoorDash is making?
Yes.
I don't know if the timing is great after the urine cup.
Unrelated incidents.
Totally unrelated, but DoorDash has made a statement. We'll get to that here in just a minute. Steven Tyler is in additional trouble. And you got to, do you believe this? Oh, also, did you see that Seline Dion? Remember Seline Dion had that, what do they call, like frozen body syndrome? Stiff person syndrome, right?
My body is frozen.
Yeah, so Seline Dion has been thawed out, and she made an appearance, believe it or not, at an ice hockey game.
Of all
the places.
I can finally move.
Anyway, listen, I have a lot of stuff coming up in the next segment. Stand by. Also, I don't know if I believe this. 92% of American adults say they prefer to date people who've been blank. I'm going to fill in the blanks. There's a lot of stuff. We have a long chunk of the MJ Morning Show next here on Q105. Show on Q105, MJ and Fester, Roxanne and Froggy. 9:01 here on a Friday, the weekend. Any big plans today? Anything for today, the weekend, guys? Anything exciting?
I'm going to drink some wine tonight. I know that.
Oh, very nice.
Been very sober for
So I just had
too long.
I just had two issues. You're not going to believe what just happened to me. So during the break, I went to the restroom because, we just stood here for an hour and 25 minutes, nonstop, no breaks. Every morning at about 7:23 to 7:25, every morning we go an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ content. No one does it. That's another reason when you should tell people to listen to the MJ Morning Show. So if you know folks that listen to other shows, tell them, hey, you got to check out this MJ Morning Show. I mean, listen, pound for pound, nothing is better or more entertaining than what we do here on a daily basis on the MJ Morning Show. So I go to the restroom, two incidents. So I'm doing my business. I'm standing up, and I'm staring at the wall.
Yeah.
And the wall where the guy's stand-up thing is in the bathroom, it's this, what?
The urinal? The guy stand-up thing?
Yeah, I didn't want to say urinal, okay?
It's okay. You can say that.
Right. So it's
the guy stand-up thing.
Someone's eating a Danish right now. They don't want to hear me say urinal. All right. So
how about pee pit?
All right, Roxanne, you're making it worse.
It's only
the thing in there is called a urine
hang on.
cake.
Listen, it has nothing to do with the. Listen.
All right.
I'm standing up and I'm looking at the Zern plumbing equipment. The little flusher handle, whatever it was, or Sloan or whatever. All right. So I'm looking at the wall, and the wall is like this wood grain, fake wood plank looking ceramic tile. And I'm looking at the wall, and my eyes just kind of go out of focus. And you've got all the little squiggly wood grain lines. And I started to see some words
in the tile
as my eyes were kind of rolling out of focus. And I'm telling you, I saw "you suck." It's just weird. I'm standing up, my eyes go out of focus. I'm, just 6 inches away, 8 inches away from the wall, and I'm looking at the wood grain in the ceramic wall tile, and just some of the squiggly, fake grain. I thought I saw the words "you suck."
Oh, this is not good. You're having hallucinations.
That's weird. All right, then it gets worse. Then I go to the sink to wash my hands because I try to be as sanitary as possible. I load up my hands with the little push pump soap. More like. I load up my hands. I take my hands. I rub them all together. I get the soap going. Turn on the sink. Nothing. I'm like, what the? So there's a guy outside the bathroom in between the men's room and the ladies' room. He has the whole water fountain off the wall. And they have a new water fountain that they're installing.
Ooh, okay.
So we're getting a new water fountain. I'm like, what? Is the water off? He said, yeah, the memo went out.
A memo?
I didn't see a memo. Did anyone of this? Andrew, did you see a memo that the water was going to be turned off?
Hold on here.
Oh, my God. So I saw no memo that the water was going to be turned on. So listen, I just ran into Ron, our general manager, in the break room because I'm trying to find a drop of water to get this crap off my hands. So
that's going to help in negotiations.
If you're watching MJ TV right now, so in the hallway, I grabbed a whole string of sanitary alcohol wipes, right? Do you know how bad it is if you got a handful of soap and then you put the alcohol wipe? It makes it even worse.
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, my God. So so I'm like, do I stick my hands in the toilet? What
seems like defeating the whole purpose.
What do I do? But I've got this soapy, messy hand thing going on.
You got to go downstairs.
There's no water. I think they shut the whole building off. So I go to the kitchen. I'm like, my God, we've got that little water purifying machine. Let me push the blue button for the purified. Nothing. Not even a drop came out.
You got to go breathe on some ice.
Listen to this. I run into Ron, our general manager, who I'm meeting with in less than an hour to talk about the future of the MJ Morning Show with the Beasley Media Group on Q105. 104.7 FM, WRBQ HD1 Tampa, Beasley Media Group Station. I'm MJ with another hour of Tampa Bay's hits of the 80s and 90s and more.
Tampa Bay's
Commercial free. Q105.
Listen, I have ice cubes in the freezer. If you want me to get some, you can
hang
kind of
on a
make
minute.
like a makeshift.
So I see Ron, the general manager, who I'm going to be negotiating, I think, or maybe they're just going to cut me loose today. I see him. I'm like, Ron, the water's off. He said, yeah, I know. I said, did you know about this? He said, no. I said, the dude in the hallway just said a memo went out. We didn't get any stinking memo. So my hands are a soapy alcohol mess. Luckily, I went to the sink and there was some residual, at least in the sink faucet, and I was able to get like 17 drops of water out to
work it out,
to get my hands to a halfway decent position. With no water, that's a worse feeling. You got a handful of soap and you got no water to get the soap off, and I got to run back to the studio and operate the equipment in here? What a mess.
It's definitely not the worst feeling, though. I mean,
And then I walk back into the room and Roxanne says, hey, I'm looking at your astrology chart for today. I'm like, what, to talk about the wall telling me that I suck and that I got a soapy hand problem?
Can you go back to the wall and pencil out the "you suck" and just like highlight it with marker? And stuff? I want to see before and after.
It's just weird. But, I was just staring at the wall and my eyes went out of focus. And I'm telling you, it's what I saw. All right, so Roxanne wants to tell me about my horoscope, my astrology.
Okay, so I just wanted to do this.
By the
today.
way, I don't believe in any of this crap. But go ahead.
We know. Yeah. But so I went to this site, and it's going to tell you your exact. You put in your exact birthday.
Mhm.
So I put in your exact birthday, which I know. And
how do you know my exact? You stalking me?
I just Googled it and I found it.
But
I knew that.
What's my exact birthday?
January 24th, 1966.
Okay, correct.
So I found it, and you're going to like this because I was curious since today's your big meeting. Today you have considerable financial power. The power to make money is yours. And
That's definitely not about that meeting.
And you will have to be very clear on how much you want.
That might be a Zoom call I haven't won today.
And what the purpose of having that money will be, blah, blah, blah. And this, through focus, money is attracted to you in the amounts that you need.
Oh, nothing but money.
Yeah, so money is on your plate today. But it could also mean...
Hey, Andrew, can you play money, 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 money?
But it could also mean that you're getting fired and that you're going to start a scuba business, and that will generate more money.
Nobody makes a lot of money in the scuba business. Well, yeah, some do. But
what about radio?
Yeah,
well, it used to be. I'm fortunate for some really good years.
Yeah,
but this is like, what'd you say?
I say we know.
Yeah, this is essential. I'm like doing a charity gig here now, essentially. So.
You're like doing a charity gig. We are.
Yeah. Basically Red Cross.
Oh, man.
Negotiate how your 3 other cohorts are all planning a walkout.
Well, I told you guys not to sign that contract.
My contract's written on toilet paper.
Right.
My contract means nothing. Watch
Told
this. I don't show
you
up,
don't sign until you
I
talk
don't
to me,
show
and
up
both of you guys sign.
I don't show up Jan 1.
Yeah.
Guess what? My contract's worthless anyway.
All right, moving along here on the MJ Morning Show. I've got the 9:10. You know what? I'm going to get to the must-hear 9:10 story early. So as you know, every morning I do the 9:10 must-hear story. And, hey, Andrew, what was my tease? Can you bring up my recorded tease? So every morning when we finish the MJ Morning Show, we shut things down. I have an item that we'll talk about the next day. And I do a little tease, which kind of rolls over a song, during the course of the day, kind of promoting the MJ Morning Show for tomorrow. So this was the tease that I recorded that ran all day yesterday. Hit it. There's a month coming up shortly that sees a lot of this. Do you want to avoid it? What is it? It's the must-hear story at 9:10. All right, so there we go. And now it's 9:10. Roxanne was in the studio when I recorded the promo, and I could see that your little gerbil wheels were moving around, and you're like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about?
Yep.
What is it? What is this? Is a month coming up? And do you have any idea what it is?
No, I have no clue whatsoever.
The month is January.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the fact that it's my birthday month. But do you know what happens more in January than any other time of the year?
I think I do.
Okay.
Big old D.
All right,
Horse.
Big old D. What the hell are you thinking about?
Divorce.
Got Roxanne thinking about a big old D right now.
Are you saying more people get divorced in January?
Yeah,
Roxanne?
divorced or separated.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
I did.
Yep. Oh, so you were a January divorce?
Yes. Actually, I was a January separation, but it was like, because what you do is you power through the holidays. Like, okay, I don't want to we have to go to North Carolina and see his family, so I don't want to cancel the trip. January, put on a happy face.
January is the biggest month for divorce, and it's coming up. And this has been known for, I guess, quite some time. For whatever reason, it's like after the holidays, you have Christmas and New Year's Eve and everything. And just for whatever reason, January, it's almost like people, they get through the year, they get through the holidays, maybe kids are involved, and then the bomb drops in January.
January's always the reset month. It's a clean month. It's a new year. It's a good chance to start anew if you're going to start a new program or a new diet or a new lifestyle or a new job.
Evaluate your life month.
Yeah.
The pressure of the Christmas period where people are being exposed to their families and in-laws often is the catalyst for people making the decision to end their marriages, according to a family divorce lawyer named Cassandra Kalpaxis. And she explains that couples who usually make the decision to part ways in the new year, a lot of times that big D decision comes in January, and that's one of the getting through the festive season, trying to minimize disruption there. That's why a lot of the divorces or the separations or the relationship issues really come to a head in January. So what do you do? Yeah, the lawyer says that there's usually more at play than just, irritating family. Of course, financial pressure is a huge stressor for many families trying to navigate that time of the year. Given the cost of living that we're facing, listen, inflation's up. It's probably going to get worse. And she predicts that more people are going to experience conflict and distress this January or this holiday season than ever before. Anyway, the story goes on. And, is there a way to, counter this? How do you try to reduce the tension to maybe minimize or tamp down the potential for separation or divorce in January? And she says if couples try to set themselves up for a, quote, tension-free holiday season, you have to be realistic. You have to be transparent about financial positions. You need to be aligned in your approach to finances over the holidays. Set a budget for activities with the kids and stick to it. Planning will alleviate any last-minute spending, which could blow the budget, cause stress, add to the problems, which might cause a breaking point.
I don't know. If you're one fancy meal away from breaking up, you might have bigger issues.
I would tend to agree with that.
Hey, listen, if you budget your holidays, you're going to be fine in January. No, that's not the case.
But flexibility, being reasonable, communication, those are some of the other things as well. But listen, the big part of the story is I didn't know that January was the big month for divorces, but apparently...
So my parents got divorced. Yeah, that's when you just try to power through.
I would have guessed like May and June were big breakup months because you're going into summer. But I guess
what does that mean?
Well,
you're gonna hit
birds
the
and the
beach?
bees. Yeah.
Let the kids get through the year before we break this household up.
Oh, so finish school?
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed.
Or you're breaking out your bikini and you just want to be on the campaign trail, and is that timing?
I don't know about that, Rox.
Hey, speaking of the campaign trail, man, that whole Ron DeSantis...
The boot gate?
The whole boot gate, the whole shoe lift thing.
Have you seen the x-rays of him?
But also, did you see his feet are kind of gnarled and curled up in those boots like
they're high heels.
Oh, it's like the heels are a whole separate issue. But when you look at the close-up images of the boots, which Governor DeSantis has been wearing, where he's being accused of having like 3 to 5-inch lifts or whatever. No, it's like, but you look at his feet.
Insecurity.
But it's all like gnarled and curled, like the whole boot. It's like, how is his foot even in this thing? It looks like those shriveled up, curled up feet in The Wizard of Oz when the house drops on the Wicked Witch.
They're probably very uncomfortable.
So he never wore boots when he was running for governor.
This is like but everyone's talking about this nationwide, and you've got all kinds of cobblers. You have all kinds of experts that are weighing in
I'm a shoe cobbler.
And hey, I'll tell you what, there's a cobbler dude out in Lakeland who is called America's Cobbler, and he follows me on Instagram, and I did follow him back. And this dude has like 1 million followers. I'm scraping to get to 15,000. And this dude is a shoe guy, and he's got like 1 million. Hang on a minute. I'm not making this up.
I believe you.
But I'd love to get this guy to take a look at Ron DeSantis' boots. And listen, I'm not being political here. I'm not, I'm just saying that a lot of folks are talking, and they're like, everyone's taking pictures out on the campaign trail. Whatever events Ron DeSantis is going to, the cameramen, they're taking pictures of his feet. I'm telling you, it's crazy because Ron DeSantis is being accused of having like 3, 4, 5-inch lifts inside his boots.
Which one of you said that they look like the witch in Wizard of Oz?
That's what I said.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
If you look at he's standing up in the black. You looking at the black boots?
No, the brown boots.
Oh, okay, the brown ones. Maybe it's both, but I saw the pictures of him in the black boots, and it's like it doesn't look natural. It's like I'm telling you, it's like the Wicked Witch with the house falling on her
100%.
after the tornado.
What is he doing?
You know. So
he said this is no time to talk about foot fetishes.
Yeah,
That's
his has been his response. Yeah, let me find this shoe dude. I'm like, what the heck? This guy's got 1 jillion freaking followers.
He's going to lose voters when he alienates the foot fetish crowd, right, Froggy?
I think I followed the dude. It's like America's Cobbler.
He's going to have foot issues.
I think he's an MJ Morning Show listener. And why can't I find it? I thought I followed this guy. I'm trying to find who I'm following here. And
so a cobbler in Lakeland.
Yeah, but he's a shoe dude. And I thought maybe we could ask him for his expertise, his opinion, if Governor DeSantis really has like 3, 4-inch lifts inside his shoes. I thought he follows me, and I thought I followed him back. Oh, you know what? Here it is. Yeah. It's America's Cobbler on Instagram, and it's Jim McFarland Shoe Repair, Lakeland, Florida, 5 generations, and winners of over 10 craftsmanship. Hey, get the phone number for this guy. Let's call him up. Let me get America's Cobbler on the phone. He's out in Lakeland. He's got 572,000 followers. The guy posts nothing but shoes and heels and stitching.
We're calling a shoe cobbler?
Yeah, we're calling a shoe cobbler. So this
cool.
I'm begging to get to 15,000 followers. And the shoe guy's got 572,000 followers on Instagram.
Because he doesn't beg.
No, I think people like shoes.
It's unbecoming.
Just ask my wife. So
I know a guy that just eats old MREs and has like 6 million followers.
Oh, jeez. All right, hey, call this dude up. Call him up out. He's on South Florida in Lakeland. And let's see if he can weigh in on Governor DeSantis'.
What's his name?
I think it's Jim McFarland. Is that what I say? Yeah, Jim McFarland. Yeah, see if he's in the shop already, and see if he can come on the MJ Morning Show and maybe even send him some pictures of Governor DeSantis' boots to see if he concurs that he's got some serious. You got to hit a 1 and then 863. All right, 9:19 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. So I got the DoorDash story. You got Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. More accusations. Man, I like that guy. Yeah, some of the accusations are very, very old. Oh, Frog, you'll get to whip out your Al Pacino in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So hold on, and we'll try to get the shoe dude on. All right, we got the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next here on Q105, 104.7 FM. So whatever you do, help us out. Tell 3 people a day. Tell 3 people a day to check out the MJ Morning Show and help us grow the audience beyond the massive audience we already have. I think Fester's talking to the shoe dude right now. All right, hang on. We're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Another one of our... It is 9:27 at the MJ Morning Show. Got a nice long chunk of the final segment of the MJ Morning Show here on a Friday, and we're going to need it because I got a lot of stuff to get to. All right, so Fester, you spoke to the shoe dude, the cobbler.
Yes.
America's cobbler, and he's a big fan, apparently, of the MJ Morning Show.
He is. Well, first of all, he follows you, which, you know, you have to be a pretty big fan.
And then I saw he had 572,000 followers, and then I followed him back. I only follow like 49 people. So it's Jim, right? Jim McFarland?
Yes.
Hey, Jim, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. It's funny. I was just talking about you to a friend of mine yesterday that came in that you and him go way back.
Who's that?
Remember in the 90s, Monkey Man?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's a friend of mine. He was in yesterday. We were just talking about when the monkey bit him, and you had him on the show.
Oh, well, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man, this stuff.
Right. So, I vaguely remember.
All right, so, Jim, did you know that I followed you back on Instagram, or you got so many followers you don't even know?
I tell you, it's hard to keep up right now. We had a couple go viral a few months ago, and it just snowballed. So
yeah, it's crazy. So listen, Jim, I'm scratching to get to 15,000 followers, and I look at you. You've got 572,000 followers. I'm a radio guy. You got shoes. What's the deal?
You know, I guess I just got a lot of soul.
Nice. Yeah, look at this. This is a funny guy. Hey, so the reason why we're calling you is because I recognize that you followed me on Instagram some time ago. I followed you back, and we're talking about shoes. And were you aware of the whole Governor DeSantis liftgate where he's being accused of having like 3-4 inch lifts inside like custom-made boots?
Yeah, well, I haven't heard of that, but, you know, we see a lot of boots that come in, but nothing that's really over an inch that I've ever seen anybody can wear. They'll make special shoes and boots that have 1-inch inserts that go in.
Are you near a computer where you can do a quick search and bring the image up that's floating around?
Yeah.
All right, so go to Google, just bring up Google, and just type in Ron DeSantis boots shoe lift. and just click on it, and something ought to pop up on the screen where you can see some of the stories and the images that are floating around. And what they're pointing to is that, like, the heels seem to be, like, shaved down, but the inside of the boot, it's got a very high area. And that's why I said, listen, I got this guy that follows me, and he's a shoe expert in Lakeland with a jillion followers. I'll bet you he's seen everything, and he could probably give expert opinion on this.
I'm trying to look at images. Let's see here.
There's one image where he's wearing a black boot.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one. See, a lot of the boots, you can raise the heel base. You can take off the rubber top lift and raise the heel base, but usually not more than about a half an inch or so. Otherwise, it throws the pitch off too much.
Yeah, his boots legitimately look like high-heeled shoes wrapped in leather going up his leg.
Okay, I'm trying to look for that. It's really hard to get them too high, or they start looking like orthopedic shoes, which a lot of people.
Yeah.
But let's see, I'm looking at one now, zooming in.
Yeah, I mean, there are a ton of stories out there, and it's become like the discussion on a lot of websites about, Governor DeSantis, as he's running for, obviously, the Republican nomination, just a lot of stories out there from all types of media about how people are focusing on Ron DeSantis' shoes all of a sudden instead of, like, his message when he's on the campaign trail.
Yeah. Now, I'm looking at the boots right now. That's a pretty standard heel lift, and you can't put too... some guys will put stuff on the inside, but you can't put in really too much because it'll raise too much pressure on the top of the arch.
That's what they're saying. They're saying, though, that the heel inside the boot is all jacked up.
Yeah, I don't think he could go more than a half an inch, to be honest with you.
All right.
Wow.
I don't know. It's probably... it's really hard to do. It really is.
Expert
I'm looking
cobbler.
at all these pictures right now, and I don't see any indication where you could really go more than a half an inch. That's showing. I'll look at another one right here.
Well,
wow.
no, listen, this is an expert. This
So
is
it can't be over an inch and a half?
Listen, if
Ron
Jim
said a half inch.
If Ron DeSantis had a trial, if he was on trial for boot lifts, we would be calling Jim as an expert witness.
Yeah.
And he would be
that's right.
saying he's innocent.
Yeah, I would say he's innocent because the thing is if you put too much, inside, it's going to make the boot too tight. You can't wear it. And if you put too much in the heel, it throws you forward too much, and it makes the top of the boot too high or too tight.
Right.
And the only other way to do it would be to build up the bottom, and then you're limited on that too. I mean, if you go up more than a half an inch, it starts pitching you forward. It's almost like if you take a pan of water and you put a little bit of water in a pan. If you tip it left or right, all the water runs to one side or the other. That's kind of the way you're going to feel in a pair of boots if they're jacked up too high.
Well, Jim, I got a couple of jobs for you. My wife's got some favorite stuff that needs some work, so we're probably going to take a drive out to Lakeland to see you. Hey, Jim.
We'd love to see you guys. We've been listening to you. Me and my daughter, when I was taking her to kindergarten when you were playing Froggy's on the Train, man. I tell you, we go way back.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. So, hey, listen, Jim McFarland, America's Cobbler on Instagram, McFarland Shoe Repair. Apparently nationally renowned if you look at the number of followers here on Instagram. Jim, we'll talk to you soon, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks, guys.
You bet.
You don't remember Froggy's on the Train, do you?
Oh, of course. Froggy's on the Train.
Coming back from Newt Gingrich's mother's 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't we fly him back? Why did we put him on the train?
Because something like we said there wasn't airline tickets.
That was Froggy number one.
Yeah, the only way he could go is if we took the train back.
That was Froggy number one.
We put him on an Amtrak.
That's right. All right, 9:34 at the MJ Morning Show. We got a lot of ground to cover here. So DoorDash, this is totally unrelated to the story that we had earlier this week, where a dude in Utah orders some Chick-fil-A, orders some fries and a shake, right? And totally unrelated. That was Grubhub. That was Grubhub.
That was Grubhub.
Right. But in the whole food delivery space, what do we have? Uber Eats, we've got DoorDash, we've got Grubhub, and this dude out in Utah orders some food. It's delivered to the house. He orders a milkshake. takes the straw, puts it in the milkshake, takes a sip, and it was a cup of pee. That the Grubhub driver was it Grubhub or DoorDash on that?
It was Grubhub because I
Are we
remember
sure?
making grubby jokes.
Okay, all right. So with interesting food delivery stories this week, DoorDash they're getting like in your face on this. DoorDash is warning people that, hey, if you have a no-tip order, so I don't use these services. So if you place an order, you add the tip, you pre-tip. So listen, DoorDash is getting right out front and in your face saying, hey, if you have a no-tip order, it could take a whole lot longer to get to your front door.
Do you know the mechanics of why that happens? Because the algorithm shows the potential dashers the desirability of the order, and factored into that is the tip. So they can figure out if the tip isn't included, and then they don't know. They might go deliver to you, and you might not tip.
Hey, they're not beating around the bush here.
Right.
DoorDash is now coming out and saying, hey, if you don't tip, if you got a no-tip run for one of our partners, one of our drivers, hey, your food, your delivery might take until March to get there. So, your fries are going to be a cold mess when you get them. Hey, listen to this. We got to. You know what? I'm going to save this for Monday. I teased it, so I'm going to do the headline and a little bit of. But I want to get into this in more detail because I want to take phone calls on this. 92% of American adults say they prefer to date people who've been to therapy.
I'm opposite.
92%? All right, I've got a question. And listen, I'll be the first to just blurt it out. I have never been to therapy. Yeah. I have never seen a therapist. I've never been to therapy.
Probably should.
I probably should, as Froggy just said.
The poster boy for needing therapy.
Fester, have you ever been to a therapist?
No.
Froggy, have you ever been to a therapist?
No, I have not.
You ever been to a podiatrist?
No, my feet are okay.
All right. Roxanne, have you ever been to a therapist?
Yes. Of course.
Oh, of course. So when have you been to a therapist?
The most often that I went to a therapist is when my marriage was unwinding.
That was the baseball player guy.
Right.
Okay.
I started going to the therapist.
Was it a marriage therapist? Meaning,
No.
was it a couple? It was just you individually.
Just me. And he was like, yeah, you probably need a divorce.
That's what the therapist said?
That's what we got pretty quickly. Yeah.
Wow. And when's the last time you saw a therapist?
I mean, I've called one when my friend died. I called one, like I did a teletherapy thing.
Recently.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean,
That's pretty much it. Just that time.
So you haven't seen anyone recently?
And then when I was a kid, my parents took me to a therapist because I was trying to make up something crazy I was doing, but no, when my parents got divorced.
So, I have a friend he's been going to a therapist for like the last 10 years.
But
he goes once every other week.
92%. And listen, if therapy or going to see a therapist is good for you, I'm not going to take that away. I've never been. I don't foresee me needing one. But if you do, that's your prerogative, your business. If it works for you, I'm sure there are some very good therapists out there. So, Roxanne, the last time you went to a therapist was when your friend passed away recently?
Yes.
But you didn't do it in person?
No, it was just what do you call it? Virtual.
Telehealth.
Telehealth, telemedicine.
I was just like, this is it wasn't personal. It was more like I needed some tips on grief management.
Did you know who it was, or you just found
No, it was a friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they
No, they didn't prescribe me anything. No, I just was like, I need some tactics for grief coping. That's all.
So they didn't pill you up on anything?
No. But when I was with my ex-husband,
they pilled you up?
I did start taking some medication.
Oh, what did they have you take? So you went to see. You went to see a psychiatrist that was able to prescribe medicine?
Yes.
You went to an MD shrink.
Yes.
What'd they give you? Like Xanax or Valium?
They gave me something called Effexor.
And they use that for like alcoholics.
It varies.
Were you
but it was
drinking a lot?
No. But it was.
Were you sloshed daily?
MJ, will you let me tell you?
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I'm trying
sorry.
to talk to you about a serious therapeutic
sorry.
thing.
Yeah,
All
He
right.
says I don't judge people in therapy. That everything is, you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, exactly.
No, because
Listen,
Effexor, because I know someone that was on Effexor for alcohol and drug issues.
Okay, so has nothing to do with that. I was 27 years old.
Mhm.
My ex-husband and I were having problems. I was getting to the point where every time I would leave the house, I would get bad anxiety. We had all these bad. It was when we had the lawsuit. He lost his job. It was all these bad things. So I started to get every time the doorbell would ring or the phone would ring, I would have panic. So
He was
I
hit in
went
the
to-
eye socket with a pitch.
Yes. Okay. So I go to the therapist, and he immediately put me on Effexor so I could leave the house and continue to have a job. And then I was in therapy with him for a period of time, and we realized the problem really was my marriage.
It was him, right?
Yeah.
Primarily, right?
And then, I mean, he's a good guy now. I don't want to disparage him in any way. I'm not perfect.
Too late.
So in any case, got through that. And when I was done being divorced or getting close to my actual divorce date, I was like, I'm fine. I don't need this. And I quit cold turkey. And that was crazy town. So I was only on it for about 3 months.
Gotcha.
But,
what did it do to you? Did it dull you?
Yes, I'll tell you exactly what it did to
dulls
me.
you?
It makes you very robotic, and it takes the emotion. I'm a very emotional person,
I'm
right?
Roxanne. You became robotic?
Yes,
Mechanical?
pretty much.
Wow.
Like things don't affect you in a way that they do affect the normal Roxanne. But the reason I also hated it is because it stamps out your creativity. Like you don't have any creative thoughts.
Well, that's not good.
Right. The reason that my brain worries a lot and has this kind of process is because you have endless possibilities because you're a creative person. When you take that medication, it reels in the good and the bad. So I was on it for 3 months. I quit cold turkey. That was a mistake. I don't recommend doing that because that was scary.
All right. So you're supposed to wean
Wean
off of it?
off, yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna pick this up on Monday if I'm here. I'm meeting with management right after the show today on whether the MJ Morning Show continues. Will they present me with a new offer? I don't know. I'm going to find out in 15 minutes, 17 minutes. All right, so we'll pick up with this on Monday if we're here, that 92% of American adults say that they prefer to date people who've been to therapy. I find that to be fascinating. All right. This is crazy. You know Billie Eilish?
Yeah.
Billie Eilish is big with Generation Z, kind of the emo kind of deal. So Billie Eilish, if you don't know Billie Eilish, here's a little hook to She has a new hairstyle. Andrew put the story so you can see the image.
The green one?
Oh no, it's green when you look like from the front, but if you look overhead, it's like a summertime color radar storm map on Dennis Phillips' webpage. Or it's crazy. We have it posted. Go to mjmorningshow.com and as heard on the MJ Morning Show. Folks, go to that. And then the first story, there we go. The first item is Billie Eilish's hair. It looks like Doppler color radar weather.
Oh, yeah, that's a hair paint. Like people are doing that. That's hair painting.
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm looking at my weather app.
Heat map, yeah.
It looks like I'm looking at my radar scope app, and it's July, and I'm looking at heavy thunderstorms over South Tampa. I got the greens. Oh, look, there's the orange, the yellows. Oh, there's some heavy cells. Look at the red right in the middle. It looks just like that. It's crazy. And we know what this looks like, especially here in Florida. All right, it's up on mjmorningshow.com. Click on As Heard. It's just kind of interesting to see. Speaking of celebrities, hey, Al Pacino has been ordered to pay $30,000 a month in child support.
What? What a rip!
To Noor Al-Fala. Now, she's like, what, the 27-year-old? How old is she? Pacino's 83.
Yeah, young and spry.
That's right.
Al Pacino, who is a new dad. We talked about that a couple months
was up
ago.
all night changing dirty diapers.
So are they not together? What's the story with their relationship? But this woman, who's very attractive and very young for an 83-year-old guy, she apparently has a history of going after older, wealthy dudes.
Nah, she was attracted to me. She said, "Rub your wig in my mouth." So I would take it off and shove him in my mouth.
I don't think. Does Al Pacino have a wig?
Oh, yeah. What? Do I have a wig?
Does
Pinocchio have a wooden ween? Yeah.
Al Pacino has to pay $110,000 up front.
Damn.
And then $30,000 a month in base child support for a little infant. All right, you realize that maybe $500 a month is going to that kid, and you're going to have baby mama out there on a shopping spree on Robertson or on Rodeo Drive out in Beverly Hills. She's going to be just shopping, spreeing it up good every single month. Man, you think an infant needs $30,000 a month in child support? Man, that kid is going to get by just fine on $500 total, and mom's going to take $29,500 and just bank it or just buy some serious crap on Rodeo Drive.
What's with the new Ferrari, honey?
But what's their status? Are they split?
Well, that's sad. A new baby.
But it's weird. The story that I saw doesn't talk about what their relationship status is.
Ask me. I'm right here.
Yeah. All right. So what's the relationship status?
I don't know.
Well, thank you. All right. So Steven Tyler, did you see a second woman has now come forward? Yeah. And listen, I'm not if this really happened, I feel awful for the women or the teenagers that it happened to. But it was a long time ago.
Yeah, there's some stories about Steven Tyler from years ago that are horrific.
A second woman has alleged that Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler assaulted her when she was a teenager. Lawsuit was just filed yesterday. As reported by Rolling Stone, the allegations stem from two apparent encounters on the same day, the summer of 1975. I was 9 in New York City. Plaintiff Jeannie Bellino, a former child model who was 17 at the time, is looking for unspecified damages nearly, 50 years later? Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. In the suit, Bellino alleged that she first met Tyler, who was 27 at the time, via a friend, arranged for them to meet at the Warwick Hotel, still there. Was that 6th Avenue and 56th? Is that, am I right or wrong? Following a fashion show that she was working. Anyway, so this is now a second individual that's coming forward and saying that they were sexually assaulted by Steven Tyler from Aerosmith back in the 1970s. That was a long time ago. Oh, hey, before we get out of here, I mentioned Seline Dion. So Seline Dion, is this accurate? She has not made a personal appearance in 3.5 years because of that stiff person syndrome that she got?
I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah. And somebody wasn't happy with her comments earlier, so a texter.
Hold on, somebody's not happy with our comments?
Yeah, just about.
But she went to an ice hockey place and we're like, of all the places to go?
Yeah.
Well, listen, if we were a little insensitive talking about the stiff person syndrome, I apologize.
And
but
there's also the if you can't take a joke thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't take a joke.
Oh, and if anyone's traveling this weekend, did you see this viral video that's going around? I don't know where where the flight was to and from, but you can see the seat pocket. You can tell the seat pocket and then the screen, it's Delta. So this happened on a Delta flight, and this woman, the video is going viral. This woman is melting down because she reclined her seat in coach, and it ticked off the person behind, and they got into an altercation on the flight.
The whole trip, she pushed my seat.
You
seen it? No, she didn't. She put I'm allowed to put my seat back. I'm allowed to put my seat back. I'm allowed to put my seat back.
Now, that's a big, huge debate that in coach, it's generally accepted that you don't recline because the seat pitch, the seats are so close together.
Wait, really?
In coach, it is general rule.
I never knew this.
That you don't recline in coach.
What?
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it.
You're blowing my
Please.
mind.
That's a joke.
It is not. It is not a joke.
I never
Guess
knew
what?
this.
Everybody does it.
It is general airline etiquette that if you're an economy or your coach, you do not recline your seat.
Well, why did they make them recline?
Screw that.
Well, I don't think Spirit does. I've never been on Spirit. Some of the airlines, they're fixed, and you can't recline. And that's because they...
Well, that's in the exit row or whatever.
No. In some airlines, they don't have any of the seats able to recline.
You're blowing my mind right
Yeah.
now. I had no idea I was violating etiquette because sometimes I do it.
Total etiquette violation. If you're jammed up in coach in economy class, you're not supposed to recline your seat. All right, folks, let's call it a week. I am headed to Ron DeCastro, our general manager's office right now, to find out if they want to retain the MJ Morning Show and me beyond December 31st of this year, or if they're going to say we're not going to be able to come to an arrangement. I don't know. I'll find out. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I will post later today on my Instagram what the status of the MJ Morning Show is as of the meeting. So I'll let you know what happened in the meeting later today. So I will post a video on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. So what are you laughing at me because I'm pimping for more followers?
No,
or
you
what?
should Instagram live the whole meeting with Ron.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how that goes over. All right. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I will post a video later on. Give me a follow at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. All right. Roxanne, any last words?
Have a nice weekend.
Fester, any last words? Thank you. Froggy, any last words?
Have a great weekend.
All right. That's lovely. All right, folks, have a good one. We'll see you back here Monday, maybe. Follow me on Instagram for the latest, Certified MJ Radio, and let's be careful out there.
Download the app now.
Get the Q105 app and listen to us